and patient-centered. It is a safe, drug-free, cost-effective alternative in healthcare for the whole family. Start your path to better health today. Learn more about chiropractic care and find a doctor at nebraskachiropractic.org.
Black Hills Energy is a proud sponsor of Waterloo Valley Post 58 Baseball. You need an energy partner that's always looking ahead. That's why we at Black Hills Energy are always ready to support, inspire, and drive your next adventure, whatever it may be. Because supporting your day-to-day is our everyday. And we're always here, ready for what comes next. Find out more at blackhillsenergy.com.
At the Athlete Factory, you can be the best player you can be, all while practicing indoors. Down in Waterloo, Nebraska, the Athlete Factory specializes in indoor softball, baseball, soccer, and basketball training. Some services include facility rentals, lessons, and camps. Here at the Athlete Factory, we pride ourselves on teaching skills to better players and teams. So if this sounds like a good opportunity to parents or coaches, you can find us at our Facebook page, The Athlete Factory Nebraska, or schedule an appointment on the website, which will lead you straight to scheduling today.
Is it a good time to sell your house? Is it a good time to buy a house? Realtor Carrie Wilcox with Nebraska Realty knows the answer. Give her a call at 402-212-2271 today to get all these questions answered.
Smart Freight Funding is the #1 factoring company for the bulk trucking industry. But we're not just bulk. We factor all trailer types and any freight with over 50 years of driving, dispatching, contracting, and accounting experience in the trucking industry. Let someone who's been in your shoes handle your finances. Learn why clients use Smart Freight Funding and get started today at smartfreightfunding.com.
The players, parents, family members, and especially all of our fans want to give a huge thank you to the Valley American Legion Post number 58 for a special summer baseball season. The Valley, Nebraska American Legion Post number 58 is open to all veterans in the area who have served. Thank you for serving. Thank you for supporting us this entire summer, and go Wingnuts.
At Valley Construction, our team of dedicated professionals is driven by a singular purpose, bringing your unique vision to life through our unrivaled design, build, remodel, and renovation services. With a wealth of industry experience, we have cultivated an impeccable reputation for our extraordinary artisanship, meticulous attention to detail, and unwavering commitment to exceeding customer expectations. Reach out to Valley Construction today to embark on a remodeling journey where your vision is cherished and exceptional results are guaranteed. ValleyNEconstruction@gmail.com.
Gregorich Plumbing is a proud sponsor of Waterloo Valley Post 58 Legion Baseball. Give them a call at 402-359-9117 for all of your installation, service, and repair needs. When it comes to plumbing, Gregorich is the experts. Once again, give them a call at 402-359-9117. Gregorich Plumbing, proud sponsors of Waterloo Valley Post 58 Baseball.
Woodhouse Auto Family is the home of 21 brands with over 1,100 pre-owned, certified pre-owned, and over 5,600 vehicle selection that can be found at woodhouse.com or visit one of their locations just down the road from anywhere you're at. Woodhouse has proudly been serving the customers and communities since 1975 with a goal to provide you with a buying and servicing experience that builds a trusted partnership for a lifetime. Find them at woodhouse.com.
Lightning Exteriors is a proud sponsor of Waterloo Valley Post 58 Baseball. At Lightning Exteriors, we offer a comprehensive range of exterior services to cater to your specific needs. Whether it's roofing, siding, gutters, or other exterior enhancements, our team has the expertise and experience to deliver exceptional results. We understand the unique challenges of our regions and ensure that our solutions are tailored to withstand the local climate conditions. To learn more, head over to lightning-exteriors.com. Truck Center Companies is one of the largest Freightliner/Western Star truck dealerships in the U.S. with locations in 18 cities across the Midwest. In business since 1975, our product line features Freightliner, Western Star, Thomas Built buses, and Ottawa trucks. TCC also provides parts and service, full maintenance, fleet management, leasing and rental, and even has on-site body shops at several locations to help get you back on the road and keep you there. Visit TruckCenterCompanies.com for more information. Elkhorn Training Camp is Omaha's premier indoor sports facility for youth athletes. We offer world-class training and facilities with open practice areas, lessons, camps, and clinics. Whether it's baseball, softball, soccer, strength and conditioning training, we have the staff and facility for you. Reserve a time. Check us out at elkhorntrainingcamp.com. Shields is a proud supporter of Post 58 Legion Baseball. Stop by Village Point at 168th and West Dodge Road for all of your sporting goods and apparel needs.
AWS Well Company, Inc. has been providing professional, reliable, and trusted service in the water well industry for over 50 years. We take pride in being a leader in water well drilling, geothermal systems, pump sales and pump repair, agricultural irrigation system, and septic installation. Our experts can custom design and install a water system that fits your specific needs. For more details, you can contact AWS Well at 402-624-3895.
For a magical one-of-a-kind festival featuring fabulous vintage antiques and junk vendors, along with makers, food trucks, bands, homemade apple cider and donuts, and of course those Bloody Marys, then come to Junkstock this fall, September 27th through the 29th, and October 4th through the 6th. Head over to junkstock.com for more information about this top 10 festival in America per the USA Today. At Junkstock, we are all about peace, love, and junk. See you this fall.
The Nebraska Chiropractic Physicians Association is a professional association of chiropractic physicians whose mission is to promote and advance the chiropractic profession in the state of Nebraska. Chiropractic is natural, holistic, and patient-centered. It is a safe, drug-free, cost-effective alternative in healthcare for the whole family. Start your path to better health today. Learn more about chiropractic care and find a doctor at nebraskachiropractic.org.
Black Hills Energy is a proud sponsor of Waterloo Valley Post 58 Baseball. You need an energy partner that's always looking ahead. That's why we at Black Hills Energy are always ready to support, inspire, and drive your next adventure, whatever it may be. Because supporting your day-to-day is our everyday. And we're always here, ready for what comes next. Find out more at blackhillsenergy.com.
At the Athlete Factory, you can be the best player you can be, all while practicing indoors. Down in Waterloo, Nebraska, the Athlete Factory specializes in indoor softball, baseball, soccer, and basketball training. Some services include facility rentals, lessons, and camps. Here at the Athlete Factory, we pride ourselves on teaching skills to better players and teams. So if this sounds like a good opportunity to parents or coaches, you can find us at our Facebook page, The Athlete Factory Nebraska, or schedule an appointment on the website, which will lead you straight to scheduling today.
Is it a good time to sell your house? Is it a good time to buy a house? Realtor Kerry Wilcox with Nebraska Realty.
Gentlemen, and welcome to Chris Frank Memorial Field and Frost Family Stadium in Valley, Nebraska for the semifinals of the 2024 Nebraska Legion Junior State Tournament Series. We'd like to welcome the players and fans from West Point, Post 70, and Brester Construction, Post 3. Here are the starting lineups for today's game. First, for the home team, Brester Construction, Post 3. Leading off for Post 3, number 8, Grant Dahan. Number 5, Drew Mittan. Number 3, the first baseman, Paxton Bailey. Number 23, the third baseman, Caleb DeWitt. The second baseman, number 6, Sam Arts. Number 20, the catcher, number 20, Braxton Centers. The right fielder, number 11, Cade Stryker. The DH, number 1, Caden Kometcher. Left field, number 7, Matthew Witt. And the pitcher, number 13, David Crow. The non-starters for Brester Construction, number 2, Zach Clow. Number 4, Maddox Eppenbaugh. Number 9, David Lewis. Number 10, Jackson Wobig. And number 15, Ethan Holroyd. The coaches for Brester today are Cooper Cologne, Tyson Workman, and Andrew Johnson. And the starting lineup for the visiting team, West Point, post 70. Leading off for post 70, number 2, Isaac Gunther. The shortstop, number 1, Luke Gunther. In center field, number 11, Elliot Reeson. The second baseman, number 9, Colby Anderson. The third baseman, number 13, Bryce Popkin. The center fielder, number 24, Buck Steffen. The first baseman, number 12, Mav Smith. The right fielder, number 17, Ryder Anderson Ray. And the catcher, number 5, Mason Tell. Your non-starters for West Point Bombers, number 3, Josh Snodgrass, number 4, Chase Brester, number 6, Hayden Hakel, number 16, Hudson Bramlett, and number 18, Henry Woldrick. Your coaches for West Point, Bruce Schlecht, Rod Schlecht, Jake Hohenthaner, Jared Minnick, and Brendan Reef. Our fine
Shields is a proud supporter of Post 58 Legion Baseball. Stop by Village Point at 168th and West Dodge Road for all of your sporting goods and apparel needs. Shields
AWS Well Company, Inc. has been providing professional, reliable, and trusted service in the water well industry for over 50 years. We take pride in being a leader in water well drilling, geothermal systems, pump sales and pump repair, agricultural irrigation system, and septic installation. Our experts can custom design and install a water system that fits your specific needs. For more details, you can contact AWS Well at 402-624-3895.
For a magical one-of-a-kind festival featuring fabulous vintage antiques and junk vendors, along with makers, food trucks, bands, homemade apple cider and donuts, and of course those Bloody Marys. Then come to Junkstock this fall, September 27th through the 29th, and October 4th through the 6th. Head over to junkstock.com for more information about this top 10 festival in America per the USA Today. At Junkstock, we are all about peace, love, and junk. See you this fall.
The Nebraska Chiropractic Physicians Association is a professional association of chiropractic physicians whose mission is to promote and advance the chiropractic profession in the state of Nebraska. Chiropractic is natural, holistic, and patient-centered. It is a safe, drug-free, cost-effective alternative in healthcare for the whole family. Start your path to better health today. Learn more about chiropractic care and find a doctor at nebraskachiropractic.org.
Black Hills Energy is a proud sponsor of Waterloo Valley Post 58 Baseball. You need an energy partner that's always looking ahead. That's why we at Black Hills Energy are always ready to support, inspire, and drive your next adventure, whatever it may be. Because supporting your day-to-day is our everyday. And we're always here, ready for what comes next. Find out more at blackhillsenergy.com.
At the Athlete Factory, you can be the best player you can be, all while practicing indoors. Down in Waterloo, Nebraska, the Athlete Factory specializes in indoor softball, baseball, soccer, and basketball training. Some services include facility rentals, lessons, and camps. Here at the Athlete Factory, we pride ourselves on teaching skills to better players and teams. So if this sounds like a good opportunity to parents or coaches, you can find us at our Facebook page, The Athlete Factory Nebraska, or schedule an appointment on the website, which will lead you straight to scheduling today.
Is it a good time to sell your house? Is it a good time to buy a house? Realtor Carrie Wilcox with Nebraska Realty knows the answer. Give her a call at 402-212-2271 today to get all these questions answered.
Smart Freight Funding is the #1 factoring company for the bulk trucking industry. But we're not just bulk. We factor all trailer types and any freight with over 50 years of driving, dispatching, contracting, and accounting experience in the trucking industry. Let someone who's been in your shoes handle your finances. Learn why clients use Smart Freight Funding and get started today at smartfreightfunding.com.
The players, parents, family members, and especially all of our fans want to give a huge thank you to the Valley American Legion Post number 58 for a special summer baseball season. The Valley, Nebraska American Legion Post number 58 is open to all veterans in the area who have served. Thank you for serving. Thank you for supporting us this entire summer, and go Wingnuts.
At Valley Construction, our team of dedicated professionals is driven by a singular purpose, bringing your unique vision to life through our unrivaled design, build, remodel, and renovation services. With a wealth of industry experience, we have cultivated an impeccable reputation for our extraordinary artisanship, meticulous attention to detail, and unwavering commitment to exceeding customer expectations. Reach out to Valley Construction today to embark on a remodeling journey where your vision is cherished and exceptional results are guaranteed. ValleyNEconstruction@gmail.com.
Gregorich Plumbing is a proud sponsor of Waterloo Valley Post 58 Legion Baseball. Give them a call at 402-359-9117 for all of your installation, service, and repair needs. When it comes to plumbing, Gregorich is the experts. Once again, give them a call at 402-359-9117. Gregorich Plumbing, proud sponsors of Waterloo Valley Post 58 Baseball.
Woodhouse Auto Family is the home of 21 brands with over 1,100 pre-owned, certified pre-owned, and over 5,600 vehicle selection that can...
And a good Tuesday afternoon, and welcome back to Valley, Nebraska, the site of the 2024 Nebraska American Legion Class B Junior State Tournament held at Frost Family Stadium in Chris Frank Field. Austin McNorton and Matt Richmond, so happy to be with you on a sunny afternoon here for day number 4 of this really special tournament for the juniors across the state of Nebraska. The hottest day we've had by far, 87 degrees and sunny. Not really any clouds in the sky, and once again here in Valley, no wind to speak of. We're here in an elimination game on a Tuesday afternoon between the West Point Bombers and Lincoln Christian. This tournament trying to get to a field of 2 or 3 today, potentially. A bouncer to Sam Arts, over to first, and a really nice play as Isaac Gunther beats out the throw. An infield single, and West Point has the lead. Oh, that's an error. That'll be an error on Lincoln Christian. And a one-out and a no-out base runner.
Up next to bat, number 1, Luke Gunther.
In that situation, that's such a tough play, Matt. Sam Arts lets it bounce in front of him instead of going up to try and make the catch. And unfortunately, with the wheels that Gunther has, West Point has a leadoff base runner.
Yeah, he kind of was very indecisive on what he wanted to do, either sit back and take the bounce or come and catch it. And he got caught in between, and unfortunately that is an error.
In that situation, that's such a tough play, Matt. And he slides back to first, and his younger brother Luke is in the batter's box, the shortstop today, with one on and nobody out. Thanks, everyone, for tuning in here on BSDN Live once again. We appreciate all the support, and we wouldn't be able to do it without all those rotating sponsors there in the bottom right corner of your screen. This has been quite the special tournament with a lot of really great games. I mean, yesterday we saw a one-run game, really close between Lincoln Christian and Alliance, and now a steal attempt down to second, and in there safely is Isaac. And now his brother has an opportunity to drive him in with still nobody out. And this has been the thing we've seen very consistent all tournament long, Matt, for this West Point Bomber squad. Their ability to run the bases and run them well.
Yeah, they've been aggressive, that's for sure.
Yeah.
They're actually probably the only team that has been aggressive on the base path.
I would agree. Yep. There's been a couple times where it's bit them, but overall, they've stuck with being aggressive. I mean, yesterday they got out in a triple play because of base running aggressiveness.
Right.
And so, yeah, there kind of goes back to my point of we've seen just a little bit of everything. We saw a home run yesterday, a triple play. We saw a 14-run inning.
After trailing by 3.
After trailing by 3 runs, we saw a 14-run inning from ETC. We saw Lincoln Christian winning a back-to-back one-run games now as they lost in game number 1 to Central City in a run rule 8-0. Then they were able to hang on to a lead and beat Minden 6-5, and they were able to hold on to a lead against Alliance and win 6-5. And here they are, their first look at the Bomber squad, who has a runner at second and nobody out here in the top of the first. And out on the mound for Lincoln Christian as they're in their white pants, navy blue uniforms, orange numbers. They won the coin toss. They're the home team. They'll bat second. There's a pitch high, and both the Gunther boys are on with nobody out as Luke draws a walk.
That'll bring up number 11, Elliot Reeson.
And here's the center fielder, Elliot Reeson. He's been the player of the game once for the Bombers here in this tournament as he threw a complete game shutout against a really good, and I mean really good, Alliance team in game number 2 for this West Point team. To get them to 2-0. They're now 2-1, and it's hit back up the middle. Arts will go to second for one, over to first in time. A 4-6-3 double play executed nicely by Arts, Matan, and Bailey, and there's 2 outs.
Great double play. Bringing up number 9, Colby Anderson.
That's how you draw it up, Matt.
Yeah, I mean, as a pitcher, you can't ask for anything better. Your second baseman commits an error the first hit of the game. You walk a guy, then the very next pitch, it's hit right back to your second baseman, and he does a nice flip to the shortstop, and you got 2 down.
And this is hit right back to Crow. He'll walk over to first, and there is out number 3. So after the error and the walk, there's no runs and 1 left on for West Point as we go to the bottom of the first score list. You're tuned in to BSDN Live.
AWS Well Company, Inc. has been providing professional, reliable, and trusted service in the water well industry for over 50 years. We take pride in being a leader in water well drilling, geothermal systems, pump sales and pump repair, agricultural irrigation system, and septic installation. Our experts can custom design and install a water system that fits your specific needs. For more details, you can contact AWS Well at 402-624-3895.
Black Hills Energy is a proud sponsor of Waterloo Valley Post 58 Baseball. You need an energy partner that's always looking ahead. That's why we at Black Hills Energy are always ready to support, inspire, and drive your next adventure, whatever it may be. Because supporting your day-to-day is our everyday. And we're always here, ready for what comes next. Find out more at blackhillsenergy.com.
The Nebraska Chiropractic Physicians Association is a professional association of chiropractic physicians whose mission is to promote and advance the chiropractic profession in the state of Nebraska. Chiropractic is natural, holistic, and patient-centered. It is a safe, drug-free, cost-effective alternative in healthcare for the whole family. Start your path to better health today. Learn more about chiropractic care and find a doctor at nebraskachiropractic.org.
Is it a good time to sell your house? Is it a good time to buy a house? Realtor Carrie Wilcox with Nebraska Realty knows the answer. Give her a call at 402-212-2271 today to get all these questions answered.
At Valley Construction, our team of dedicated professionals is driven by a singular purpose, bringing your unique vision to life through our unrivaled design, build, remodel, and renovation services. With a wealth of industry experience, we have cultivated an impeccable reputation for our extraordinary artisanship, meticulous attention to detail, and unwavering commitment to exceeding customer expectations. Reach out to Valley Construction today to embark on a remodeling journey where your vision is cherished and exceptional results are guaranteed. ValleyNEconstruction@gmail.com.
Austin McNorton and Matt Richmond back here with you from Frost Family Stadium and Chris Frank Field in Valley, Nebraska on BSDN Live for day number 4 of 5 in the Nebraska American Legion Class B Junior State Tournament. We've been happy to broadcast all these games. This is game number 12 of the tournament, where the West Point Bombers take on Lincoln Christian. And this is a really nice catch by Popkin over at third. 1 up, 1 down on the line out by Grant DeHaan.
The shortstop, number 5, Drew.
The hot corner, as they say, Matt.
That is the hot corner. Caliente.
So it's the 1-2-3 hitters due up for Lincoln Christian, Brester Construction. And this is a rope right to Gunther at short. And there's 2 outs quickly.
Can we go around the field?
Yeah. Now get ready. Mr. Anderson over there at second.
Right,
it's coming
exactly.
right to you.
Yeah. But, hey, this is the thing, though. Bressler shouldn't take anything away from this because that means they're already on this guy.
Mm-hmm.
They're hitting line drives. They just right at somebody. That's a good sign for them offensively. Now, the Bombers, on the other hand, I'd be a little worried with my pitcher because they're already on them.
It's Isaac Gunther, the right-hander on the mound. West Point in their white jerseys, white pants, red numbers, and black trim. They've been the road team in every single game, so I guess flipping a coin is not their strength.
Oh, have they really? I guess I haven't even paid attention.
They were against Waterloo Valley in game number 1.
Yes.
Yep, they were the road team against Alliance. They were the road team last night against Central City. They just have bad luck when flipping coins. They're 0 for 3 in the coin toss here in this tournament. They're 0 for 4 now.
Yeah. But
0 for 4.
2 for 1 in the tournament. So that's
Yeah,
not too shabby.
no, I mean, they've won 2 out of the 3 games they played as the road team.
I always had a saying when I was coaching little kids and we had a flip. I said, lose a toss, win the game.
There you go. They've certainly embraced that mindset, no doubt about that. In the box is Paxton Bailey, the first baseman for Lincoln Christian. Righty on righty, and he sends one pretty hard up the middle. Gunther is there, over to first in time. It's a 3-up, 3-out inning for Isaac Gunther. To the second we go, scoreless on BSDN Live. Elkhorn Training Camp is Omaha's premier indoor sports facility for youth athletes. We offer world-class training and facilities with open practice areas, lessons, camps, and clinics. Whether it's baseball, softball, soccer, strength and conditioning training, we have the staff and facility for you. Reserve a time. Check us out at elkhorntrainingcamp.com. Gregorich Plumbing is a proud sponsor of Waterloo Valley Post 58 Legion Baseball. Give them a call at 402-359-9117. For all of your installation, service, and repair needs when it comes to plumbing, Gregorich is the experts. Once again, give them a call at 402-359-9117. Gregorich Plumbing, proud sponsors of Waterloo Valley Post 58 Baseball. Austin McNorton and Matt Richmond back here with you from Frost Family Stadium, Chris Frank Field, on this warm Tuesday afternoon in Valley, Nebraska, as we go to the top of the second scoreless between the West Point Bombers and Brester Construction Lincoln Christian. So it's the lefty on the mound, David Crow, out there, and it's a pitch inside on Bryce Popkin in the right-hand batter's box. Bryce is over at third today, and let's go ahead and look at the Brester Construction defense. Out in left is Matthew Witt. He was spectacular in the outfield for Lincoln Christian yesterday in their victory over Alliance. Seemed like every ball was hit his way, and he made a nice play. DeHaan's in center. Strikers out in right. Caleb DeWitt at third, Drew Matan at short, Arts at second, Paxton Bailey at first. Braxton centers in the catcher's gear behind home plate, and David Crow on the mound starts inning number 2 with a leadoff walk.
Bring up number 24, the center fielder, Buck Steffen.
So that's the second walk of the afternoon for West Point on David Crow. And taking a look at David Crow, he pitched for Lincoln Christian in game number 1 of this tournament at the 1 o'clock game against Central City. And a tough lineup. And in just 2 innings of work, or correction, 3 innings of work for David Crow, He gave up 5 hits, 1 walk, 2 runs in just 3 complete innings of work. And then he started out inning number 4 with a leadoff walk and a single, and that's when he got taken out. So he officially ended the game with 6 hits, 3 walks, and 3 runs given up against Central City. And it was just under 60 pitches, right, Matt? We were looking at that earlier.
Yeah, I think it was
Okay.
58 or something like that.
So that's why he's on the 2-day rest. And a steal attempt down to second. Decent throw. Got him! You could tell right off the throw, Braxton Centers had a chance. And just like that, there's 1 out with nobody on for West Point here in the top of the second with Buck Steffen at the plate. Well, you could tell right from the jump that Centers had a chance there, Matt.
Yeah, he got a late jump, and I don't know what we got going on here.
So head coach Bruce Schlecht is having a conversation with the second base umpire, maybe to just confirm if he was in fact out. And it looked like it from up here that he was. So Buck Steffen, the left fielder, steps up now with a train going by out in left field. Matt's public enemy number 1 out there. Is that actually? You said you don't even notice it anymore.
No, I don't even notice it. No, that's not me at all. Yeah.
Yeah, you said you don't even notice that train going by anymore.
No, I literally, it's about not even a football field away from my house.
Right. And this is hit slowly over to second. Arts comes in, fires it to first in time. And there's 2 away for West Point here in inning number 2.
Steffen is out on the ground out to first. That brings up the first baseman, number 12, Mav Smith.
Mav Smith comes in now for West Point. So that's kind of a look, a little bit of what David Crow did in game number 1 on the mound. So he's out there here in what is game number 4 for Lincoln Christian here in this tournament. Lincoln Christian 15-6 on the summer. West Point 17-7, so pretty even teams. And there's a strike on the outside to Mav Smith. Pretty even teams on paper. Lincoln Christian, they've played with their backs against the wall the last 2 days and won in a really close game, 6-5 against Minden, holding off a late rally. This will go foul down the left field line. Mav Smith was just in front of it. And then they held off a late charge yesterday afternoon against Alliance. And so here they are taking on West Point. How did West Point get here? They defeated Waterloo Valley in game number 1, Alliance in game number 2, both pretty dominating fashion, not giving up a run in either 2 games as they won 9-1 against Waterloo Valley, and they won 9-0 against Waterloo Valley and 6-0 against Alliance. And then last night took on Central City and lost 7-3. And what was a pretty close game with some pretty amazing play from both teams. And Mav Smith can't hold the check swing. It's the first strikeout of the afternoon for David Crow. And it's no hits, 1 walk, no runs, and nobody left on for the Bombers as we go to the bottom of the second, scoreless on BSDN Live.
Woodhouse Auto Family is the home of 21 brands with over 1,100 pre-owned, certified pre-owned, and over 5,600 vehicle selection that can be found at woodhouse.com or visit one of their locations just down the road from anywhere you're at. Woodhouse has proudly been serving the customers and communities since 1975 with a goal to provide you with a buying and servicing experience that builds a trusted partnership for a lifetime. Find them at woodhouse.com.
Shields is a proud supporter of Post 58 Legion Baseball. Stop by Village Point at 168th and West Dodge Road for all of your sporting goods and apparel needs. Austin McNorton, Matt Richmond back here with you on BSDN Live for game number 12 of the 2024 Nebraska American Legion Class B Junior State Tournament from Frost Family Stadium and Chris Frank Field. As we go to the bottom of the second, scoreless. It's the 4, 5, 6 hitters due up here for Brester Construction, and that brings up the third baseman Caleb DeWitt into the right-hand batter's box against Isaac Gunther, who sat 3 up, 3 down on a couple lineouts and a ground out in inning number 1. As far as West Point goes, they've had a couple walks, but haven't done much with it. As this is hit over to short. Tough play for Gunther. Fires it to first, and a nice scoop by Smith at first, and there's one away.
Yeah, Gunther got lucky. He bobbled that with the runner going down who was running.
Yes, yeah.
He may be the slowest guy in the lineup. He's not slow, but he's just not as fleet-footed as if he did that with the first 3 guys.
Right, yeah. If you're making a play like that against Paxton Bailey,
right.
Paxton's safe.
Or DeHaan.
Yep, or DeHaan, exactly right. And there's a good pitch on the inside part of the zone.
Yeah, because DeWitt almost made it.
Caleb, almost made it.
I think it was just he just got him by a step. But, yeah, any of the other guys, he's not going to get out.
And a really nice play by Mav Smith as well, the first baseman for West Point. This is hit back over to Gunther.
That's a lot better.
And the Gunther brothers are just working together. That's 3 ground outs to
that's 4
to Luke over there in a row. And he's got a line out too.
Line out, yeah, that's 4 outs, put outs there.
So 3 ground outs and a line out over there. So Isaac Gunther's on the mound, and he's saying, all right, Luke, you do all the work, and I'll put it over the plate and make him hit it right to you. So here's Braxton Centers trying to avoid it, and instead he chops it over to second. It's Colby Anderson's turn. 6 up, 6 down quickly for Isaac Gunther. We go to the third scoreless on BSDN Live as West Point trying to use some of the defense to turn into some offensive momentum when we come back.
Smart Freight Funding is the #1 factoring company for the bulk trucking industry. But we're not just bulk. We factor all trailer types and any freight with over 50 years of driving, dispatching, contracting, and accounting experience in the trucking industry. Let someone who's been in your shoes handle your finances. Learn why clients use Smart Freight Funding and get started today at smartfreightfunding.com.
At the Athlete Factory, you can be the best player you can be, all while practicing indoors. Down in Waterloo, Nebraska, the Athlete Factory specializes in indoor softball, baseball, soccer, and basketball training. Some services include facility rentals, lessons, and camps. Here at the Athlete Factory, we pride ourselves on teaching skills to better players and teams. So if this sounds like a good opportunity to parents or coaches, you can find us at our Facebook page, The Athlete Factory Nebraska, or schedule an appointment on the website, which will lead you straight to scheduling today.
For a magical, one-of-a-kind festival featuring fabulous vintage antiques and junk vendors, along with makers, food trucks, bands, homemade apple cider and donuts, and of course those Bloody Marys. Then come to Junk Stock this fall, September 27th through the 29th, and October 4th. Austin McNorton, Matt Richmond back here with you on BSDN Live as we go to the top of the third scoreless between the West Point Bombers and Brester Construction Lincoln Christian. An elimination game to start out our day, as West Point is 2-1. Lincoln Christian is also 2-1. Both started out a little bit different. West Point started out 2-0 and lost last night to Central City. And Lincoln Christian started out 0-1 and have won the last 2 games to both get here. And once again, for West Point, they start things out with a leadoff base runner. The third inning in a row, they've had a leadoff base runner now.
Yeah. And I see Crow's kind of upset because he's saying that the ball hit the ground first. It doesn't matter if it hits the ground. If it hits the ground and hits the batter, it's still a hit by pitch.
So Ryder Anderson Ray's on first. Bryce Popkin reached first in the last inning with a walk, and Isaac Gunther reached first in the first inning with an error. And this gets high and out of the glove of centers, and Ryder Anderson Ray's into scoring position with nobody out. Well, West Point's been in this position once already here this afternoon. They had a runner at second with nobody out. That was Isaac Gunther back in inning number 1. Then Luke walked. Elliot Reeson hit into the 4-6-3 double play, and Colby Anderson grounded out.
Let's see if they bunt him around, though.
Mason Tell's in the batter's box. He's been one of, if not the best at bat for West Point here in this tournament. Batting at number 9, and he looks at a strike in the bottom of the zone.
You know, I think, was it yesterday or the game before? I mean, it was early in the game, and they had the same situation for West Point, and they bunted.
Yeah.
So I'm kind of surprised that they're going away from that small ball mentality, because they're letting Tell, swing away with the top of your order up.
Uh-huh.
I figured you bunt him, try to see if he could bunt one down third base, and then you've got your leadoff hitter coming up to drive him in.
Maybe it's just one of those things where you're trusting your hot bat to drive in a run here and not have to waste an out. Oh, now he shows bunt, and he fouls it off the screen behind home plate. Yep, he
heard me.
He was listening. And Paxton Bailey is ready for it over there at first. He's in on the grass on the right side for Lincoln Christian.
Yeah, and that's why he wants to go down third hard. You want your third baseman to have to come up and get that.
Yesterday for West Point against Central City, Mason Tell went 1 for 2 with a single and a run scored. Pitch high and outside. Mason was the player of the game for West Point in game number 1 against Waterloo Valley. Inside, it skips away from centers, and advancing to third is Ryder Anderson and Ray. And there's runners at the corners now with nobody out.
Got to get in front of that with a runner on.
Tell walks. Now we'll bring up the pitcher, number 2, Isaac Gunther.
So Isaac Gunther can give himself a lead here now.
Number 3.
And Snodgrass will run over there at first for West Point.
Number 3, Josh Snodgrass.
We've seen him run for Mason Tell a lot in this tournament because Mason has gotten on a lot in this tournament. Runners at the corners, nobody out. Pitch. I don't know where it missed, to be honest.
I'm thinking Ryan's saying that one's high.
It's Isaac Gunther, the pitcher, working to give himself a lead. He's 0 for 1 today, reaching on an error, and he was left at third.
There it is.
In inning number 1.
That's a lot better pitch.
Righty on lefty.
Oh, got him.
Pickoff play. Maybe this is a intentional pickoff play.
Got
They
him.
throw it to third. Got him.
Nice play by the first baseman.
Boy, Paxton Bailey couldn't have played that any better for Lincoln Christian, knowing that that's exactly what Snodgrass was trying to do, was get picked off. And so he walked in towards the mound, trying to get Ryder Anderson Ray leaning, and picked him off right off of third, and there's one out with a runner at second now. Well, that was really nicely done, Matt.
Yes, that was a great job. He came to get the ball. He paid attention to both runners, and he snapped throw a third to get the runner off third.
And a perfect throw and a great tag by DeWitt. This is hit up the middle.
Oh, wow, that hurts.
Over to Matan, and he threw Bailey off the bag.
That's an error.
And so Isaac Gunther reaches on another error from Lincoln Christian, and there's runners at the corners again.
First base. That brings up the shortstop, number 1, Luke Gunther.
So once again, Isaac reaches on an error, and Luke Gunther steps up. He walked his first time up, and he was forced out at second on Elliot Reeson's 4-6-3 double play. But that would have driven in a run right there had it not been for that picked off play at third. So we'll see if West Point can capitalize on this opportunity now. At third is Snodgrass.
Uh-oh.
This is hit over to short. Matan to second for one. Over to first. Not in time. Good base running by Luke Gunther to beat out the throw, drive in a run, and keep the inning alive for West Point.
That will bring up number 11, Elliot Reeson.
So Snodgrass scores from third. Luke Gunther stands at first, reaching on the fielder's choice and driving in a run. And now Luke gets picked off of first. He's going to get caught in a rundown between him and Bailey, and he will just eat the tag. But West Point has the lead. No hits, one walk, one run, and nobody left on. As we go to the bottom of the third, they lead 1-0 on BSDN Live. For a magical one-of-a-kind festival featuring fabulous vintage antiques and junk vendors, along with makers, food trucks, bands, homemade apple cider and donuts, and of course those Bloody Marys. Then come to Junkstock this fall, September 27th through the 29th, and October 4th through the 6th. Head over to junkstock.com for more information about this top 10 festival in America per the USA Today. At Junkstock, we are all about peace, love, and junk. See you this fall. The players, parents, family members, and especially all of our fans want to give a huge thank you to the Valley American Legion Post number 58 for a special summer baseball season. The Valley, Nebraska American Legion Post number 58 is open to all veterans in the area who have served. Thank you for serving. Thank you for supporting us this entire summer, and go Wingnuts. Austin McNorton and Matt Richmond back here with you on BSDN Live from Frost Family Stadium and Chris Frank Field. In the bottom of the third, West Point now leads 1-0 after the walk and run scored in inning number 3. It is now the 7, 8, 9 batters here for Lincoln Christian, just trying to avoid the middle infield of the Bombers. No strikeouts, but 2 lineouts, 3 groundouts to short, and 1 groundout to second. It's Cade Stryker, the right fielder, in the lefty box. For Lincoln Christian, just trying to be a base runner, the first of the afternoon.
Yeah, we haven't seen him much at the plate.
No.
Defensively, he's been, I think, all the games he's played in the outfield. But I think he only started the first game at the plate where he played both.
Yeah, let's see. Yep, against Central City, he batted 8th for Lincoln Christian, and he went 0 for 2. And then against Minden, he did not bat. And yesterday, for Lincoln Christian, Cade Stryker did not bat. He was just defense.
Yep, they DH'd for him in both those games.
Number 1, Caden Gorcher.
So here is the designated hitter for Lincoln Christian after Cade Stryker goes down swinging. 1 up, 1 down, 7 up, 7 down. And Caden Kometzger comes into the batter's box. Caden yesterday was a designated hitter for Lincoln Christian, and he slow rolls one up the middle. Gunther, the shortstop, again makes a great play. And Isaac and Luke, the brothers, are just working together. Isaac's doing the pitching, Luke's doing the fielding, and there's 8 sat down in a row.
The left fielder, number 7, Matthew Witt.
5 out of the 8 have been hit to Luke Gunther, the shortstop.
Yeah. Then you got Matthew Witt here, who has the one I think broke up the no-hitter last night. That was going against them.
Yeah, for Lincoln Christian, yes, he started out that. Yeah, you're exactly right, Matt. So there were 8 sat down in a row for Lincoln Christian yesterday against Alliance. He came to the plate as batter number 9, just like he is in this case. Had a single, and just like that, the gates blew open for Lincoln Christian.
Because I think it was a single up the middle is what
Yep, it was a 2-out single up the middle, and then Grant DeHaan walked, Drew Matan singled, Paxton Bailey walked, Caleb DeWitt singled for a 3-hit, 2-walk, 3-run inning after there were 8 sat down in a row.
Yeah.
So it's the exact same situation here for Brester Construction and Matthew Witt.
And the funny thing, too, more weird things is who was the starting pitcher for Alliance yesterday? Usually they're starting shortstop.
Escamilla, yeah, they're starting shortstop. You're exactly right.
And who's the starting pitcher for today for the Bombers?
Starting shortstop.
The starting shortstop usually.
You're exactly right. You are exactly right. This game of baseball is too unique, I'll tell you. 1 ball and 2 strikes, 2 outs, nobody on. Here from Matthew Witt. He hits it over to Luke Gunther.
Yep.
Another great play by the shortstop. 9 sat down in a row for his older brother Isaac. And we go to the 4th. West Point leads 1-0 on BSDN Live. Lightning Exteriors is a proud sponsor of Waterloo Valley Post 58 Baseball. At Lightning Exteriors, we offer a comprehensive range of exterior services to cater to your specific needs. Whether it's roofing, siding, gutters, or other exterior enhancements, our team has the expertise and experience to deliver exceptional results. We understand the unique challenges of our regions and ensure that our solutions are tailored to withstand the local climate conditions. To learn more, head over to lightning-exteriors.com. Truck Center Companies is one of the largest Freightliner/Western Star truck dealerships in the U.S. with locations in 18 cities across the Midwest. In business since 1975, our product line features Freightliner, Western Star, Thomas Built buses, and Ottawa trucks. TCC also provides parts and service, full maintenance, fleet management, leasing and rental, and even has on-site body shops at several locations to help get you back on the road and keep you there. Visit TruckCenterCompanies.com for more information. Austin McNorton and Matt Richmond back here with you on BSDN Live from Frost Family Stadium and Chris Frank Field. West Point leads Lincoln Christian 1-0 here in this defensive battle. A hot one here on this Tuesday afternoon. And there's a first pitch strike into the center fielder, Elliott Reeson, as David Crow still working out there, the lefty for Lincoln Christian. He's given up 3 walks and the 1 run. So there's been a base runner in every inning for West Point. Elliott Reeson is 0 for 1 as he grounded out into a 4-6-3 double play back in inning number 1 when there were 2 on and nobody out at that point. And he stands in now with a 1 ball and 1 strike count. Pitch inside. And we were talking during the break, you know, both of these teams have had some really solid defense, Matt.
Yes, they have.
Throughout this tournament.
I don't remember Brester having maybe 2 errors the entire tournament. And they had 2 today.
That's true.
And I don't think West Point has had any.
Well,
yes, I think they had. I think they have like 1 or 2 of themselves. I'm thinking back. I think they had one against like Waterloo Valley.
Yeah, they had one last night against Central City too, but
yeah.
This is hit over to second, and Sam Arts makes the jumping catch, and it's 1 up and 1 down.
That will bring up the second baseman, number 9, Colby Anderson.
Colby Anderson steps up. He's 0 for 1 with a ground out. Back to the pitcher in inning number 1. And here's the pitch, low. Colby's kind of the ultimate utility man, to say the least, for this West Point Bomber squad. He pitched in game number 1 against Waterloo Valley. He was in the catcher's gear. He's played third. He's been out in left. Today he's playing second.
And I think he played center when Reason threw.
Yeah, you're right. He did. Yep. Good call, Matt. So he's played 7 out of the 9 positions out on the defense.
Yeah, just no first or
He
right.
hasn't played right field or first. A good pick by Crow, the pitcher, over to first in time. That was a really nice play for a lefty to get a glove on that.
Yeah.
And there's 2 outs.
I think that's the second time he's grounded out to him.
He has. Colby Anderson is 0 for 2 with David Crow getting it hit right back to him twice.
Looking like a hockey goalie.
Yeah, I mean,
Kick save, and it's a beaut.
the way he moved was really impressive to get a glove on that. And here's Bryce Popkin coming in for West Point. And he foul ticks one behind home plate. Yesterday, Popkin was the starting pitcher against Central City. He went, I think, 3 innings. Maybe 3 innings. Giving up 3 hits, 2 walks, and 3 runs against Central City in that game. As far as batting goes, Bryce went 1 for 3 with a single, a ground out to third, and a ground out to short. This is sent into shallow right. Stryker comes under and can't make the play. He just missed it. A rare mistake for Stryker, who's been great out in right field.
Popkin advances to first on the error.
And it's the 3rd error of the afternoon for Brester Construction, and the inning stays alive for West Point.
Yeah, I don't know if he lost that in the sun or what it was.
Yeah, because it looked like he read it well. He was right underneath it, and the next thing you know, it just,
He had to, because if you watch this, if we go back to watch it, you can see his glove start dropping. And so I don't
Right.
think he lost it there, and he was just kind of hoping to it fall in his glove.
Right. He was in the right spot. He just, I don't think he realized where exactly it was going to drop at. So 3 errors for Lincoln Christian here through 3 2/3 innings. As Buck Steffen does get to bat, he's 0 for 1 with a ground out to second back in inning number 2. Buck, he was really good last night for West Point against Central City. He went 1 for 1 with a single and 2 walks against a really talented pitching staff in Colbin Peters and Parker Zigman. It was Peters all 3 times for Steffen. But he reached base all 3 times. There's strike 3 called, and Crow makes up for the error. So it's no hits, no walks, no runs, and 1 left on for West Point. They lead at 1-0 going to the bottom of the 4th when we come back on BSDN Live.
AWS Well Company, Inc. has been providing professional, reliable, and trusted service in the water well industry for over 50 years. We take pride in being a leader in water well drilling, geothermal systems, pump sales and pump repair, agricultural irrigation system, and septic installation. Our experts can custom design and install a water system that fits your specific needs. For more details, you can contact AWS Well at 402-624-3895.
Black Hills Energy is a proud sponsor of Waterloo Valley Post 58 Baseball. You need an energy partner that's always looking ahead. That's why we at Black Hills Energy are always ready to support, inspire, and drive your next adventure, whatever it may be. Because supporting your day-to-day is our everyday. And we're always here, ready for what comes next. Find out more at blackhillsenergy.com. Austin McNorton, Matt Richmond back here with you from Frost Family Stadium, Chris Frank Field on BSDN Live. It is game number 12 of the Class B Junior State Tournament for Nebraska American Legion, hosted here in Valley. West Point leads the Brester Construction 1-0 here in the bottom of the fourth, and do it for the team in blue and orange with their 1-2-3 hitters. As Isaac Gunther, this is into straightaway right. Coming in to make the play is Anderson Ray, and there's one out on the line out to right. As I'll tell you what, Matt, Isaac Gunther, we'll pull up his pitching numbers this season for West Point, but you want to talk about being in a groove. He's locked in right now.
Yeah, it seems to be that way with all the West Point pitchers at this point. I mean, even against Central City last night, it's not like Central City put up 10 runs on them.
As taking a look at Isaac's numbers on the mound this summer, he has played in 11 games and started in 3 of them. There's a strike. He has faced 112 batters, has a 1-win, 1-loss record, given up 17 hits, 5 earned runs, 6 walks. He has struck out 33 and a 1.25 ERA. This is hit into the gap in left center. Backtracking it is Reeson, and there's 2 away. So 2 up, 2 down, and here is Paxton Bailey, the first baseman. Everyone for Lincoln Christian 0 for 1. Here is 3 2/3. So Isaac's numbers, he hasn't started a lot this summer. He would probably be considered, not probably, he is pitcher number 4 for them in their rotation. But looking pretty solid here. And Matt, the thing that I think is pretty impressive is he's really not trying to do anything fancy.
No, I mean, it's been something you and I have both said all tournament. Throw strikes, let your defensive work.
Yep.
It's not like he's blown it by people. It's not like he's trying to reach corners, and he's just throwing the ball over the plate and be like, here it is, hit it. Baseball is the only sport to where if you do 30% good at the plate, you're successful, right?
Exactly. Yeah,
so
that's considered success.
Right.
Yes.
So the odds are in the pitcher's favor. You're 70% successful more than your hitter is, right? So throw the ball over the plate. You got 8 other guys out there to help you.
That's certainly what he's done here this afternoon. He's only struck out 1 of the 11 batters he's faced. The rest have been groundouts, lineouts, and flyouts. I mean, truly just letting the defense work.
Right. And that's all you got to do.
He's mostly let his younger brother work behind him over there to his left. This is
And
hit
again.
up the middle, right to him on cue, and it's a perfect throw again. The Gunther brothers working together again. It is 12 up, 12 down as we go to the 5th. West Point leads 1-0 on BSDN Live.
The Nebraska Chiropractic Physicians Association is a professional association of chiropractic physicians whose mission is to promote and advance the chiropractic profession in the state of Nebraska. Chiropractic is natural, holistic, and patient-centered. It is a safe, drug-free, cost-effective alternative in healthcare for the whole family. Start your path to better health today. Learn more about chiropractic care and find a doctor at nebraskachiropractic.org.
Is it a good time to sell your house? Is it a good time to buy a house? Realtor Carrie Wilcox with Nebraska Realty knows the answer. Give her a call at 402-212-2271 today to get all these questions answered.
At Valley Construction, our team of dedicated professionals is driven by a singular purpose, bringing your unique vision to life through our unrivaled design, build, remodel, and renovation services. With a wealth of industry experience, we have cultivated an impeccable reputation for our extraordinary artisanship, meticulous attention to detail, and unwavering commitment to exceeding customer expectations. Reach out to Valley Construction today to embark on a remodeling journey where your vision is cherished and exceptional results are guaranteed. ValleyNEconstruction@gmail.com.
Austin McNorton and Matt Richmond back here with you from Frost Family Stadium, Chris Frank Field on BSDN Live. This game really humming along. We're already in the top of the fifth in this defensive battle between the West Point Bombers and Brester Construction Lincoln Christian. It is the 7, 8, 9 hitters due up here for the Bombers in inning number 5. And that brings Mav Smith into the batter's box. He's 0 for 1 with a strikeout that ended inning number 2. Against lefty David Crow, still out there for Lincoln Christian. He's given up 3 walks and the 1 run. There's also been 3 errors that haven't helped him.
Yep.
And there's a strike.
Yeah.
Which is surprising for Lincoln Christian.
Right, and I think that I believe that's the 1 run he's got is an unearned run. So.
Yeah. It was the walk that scored, so I don't know how that. So.
Well, it was a walk that scored, but behind him was the error.
Was the error, yes.
And so without that error, he may not have scored.
Not have scored, exactly.
So that's why it's an unearned run.
Yeah, because Mason Tell was the one that walked, and that was the run that scored. But
yeah,
that was
Snodgrass.
after Gunther reached on the error, and then Luke Gunther grounded out to the fielder's choice.
Yep. So you don't have that error.
Yeah.
Snodgrass is maybe not on first. I mean, not on second.
Yeah, exactly.
And then third, and
This has popped up on the infield. Paxton Bailey, the first baseman, has a read on it. Ooh. It moves a little bit, but he makes the catch for out number 1.
Pops out to the first baseman for the first out of the inning.
There's not any wind here today, but, Matt, it seems like the sun might be causing some issues for some of these guys.
Yeah, it's still – I mean, we got some fluffy white fluffy clouds out there, but not many. And it is a nice, bright day, though, that's for sure.
Thanks, everyone, for tuning into our broadcast on BSDN Live. Let us know where you're watching from, who you're rooting for, some of those kind of good things. We've had a lot of fun interacting with all of you fans out there tuning into this tournament as well, shouting out players and all those kind of good details. There's been some amazing games, and we've loved seeing some of the comments of, like last night, the triple play that we got to see and how everyone was reacting to that, the home run, all those kind of good things. We've seen just a little bit of everything. Ryder Anderson Ray's in the batter's box. He was hit by a pitch his first time, and then he was the one that got picked off a third on the really nice play from Paxton Bailey when Snodgrass intentionally got picked off a first. Paxton Bailey whipped it over to third and instead picked off Ryder Anderson Ray, who was trying to maybe advance home. Here's the pitch outside. There's a strike, and David Crow has done a good job of finding that part of the strike zone, Matt.
Yeah, he's done a good job keeping that ball away from him. Gets just far enough to where people aren't swinging at it.
2 balls, 2 strikes. This is down the middle. Hit over to short. Drew Matan, a good glove. Over to first is perfect, and there's 2 away.
Anderson Ray out for the second out of the inning.
So David Crow and Isaac Gunther have been really great here for both teams. And Mason Tell steps back to the plate, batting 9th for West Point. He has been really, really good in this tournament. He walked and his run scored, even though it was Snodgrass running for him. That's the 1 run of the ball game. Looking at his batting numbers this summer for Mason Tell, because he bats 9th in the lineup. Well, we won't get to see it as it's hit over to short. Drew Matan fires it to first in time. It's a 3-up, 3-out inning for the first time from Lincoln Christian. They go to the bottom of the 5th, trailing 1-0 on BSDN Live, and we'll be right back. Elkhorn Training Camp is Omaha's premier indoor sports facility for youth athletes. We offer world-class training and facilities with open practice areas, lessons, camps, and clinics. Whether it's baseball, softball, soccer, strength and conditioning training, we have the staff and facility for you. Reserve a time. Check us out at elkhorntrainingcamp.com.
Woodhouse Auto Family is the home of 21 brands with over 1,100 pre-owned, certified pre-owned, and over 5,600 vehicle selection that can be found at woodhouse.com or visit one of their locations just down the road from anywhere you're at. Woodhouse has proudly been serving the customers and communities since 1975 with a goal to provide you with a buying and servicing experience that builds a trusted partnership for a lifetime. Find them at woodhouse.com.
Shields is a proud supporter of Post 58 Legion Baseball. Stop by Village Point at 168th and West Dodge Road for all of your sporting goods and apparel needs. Gregorich Plumbing is a proud sponsor of Waterloo Valley Post 58 Legion Baseball. Give them a call at 402-359-9117 for all of your installation, service, and repair needs. When it comes to plumbing, Gregorich is the experts. Once again, give them a call at 402-359-9117. Gregorich Plumbing, proud sponsors of Waterloo Valley Post 58 Baseball. I do. Welcome back to Frost Family Stadium at Chris Frank Field. Austin McNorton, Matt Richmond here with you on BSDN Live for the bottom of the fifth in this defensive battle where the West Point Bombers lead Lincoln Christian 1-0. Isaac Gunther on the mound, letting his younger brother Luke Gunther work behind him. Those two have been great. Isaac's just put it over the plate, and Luke has backed him up, and it's been 12 up, 12 down. And while we're talking about the Gunther brothers, Leah says, "Go Gunther boys" from West Point. She's cheering them on from Lincoln as they're her cousins. Well, Leah, your cousins are playing just about as well as they could be here on this Tuesday afternoon. There's no doubt about that. As the 4, 5, 6 hitters do up here for Lincoln Christian in the bottom of the fifth, Caleb DeWitt steps up, and he sends one foul. And right now, Matt, how do you just try and break up a rhythm of Isaac, who is just in an absolute groove right now?
Yeah, I think Cam and Jam both spoke of that yesterday. You know, sometimes step out, throw him out of his rhythm, call time, and, right before he pitches. Just kind of get into his head a little bit. Foul some off like what Mr. DeWitt here is doing.
Yeah.
Just kind of, get a little frustrated because, you sit here and you make good pitches, then you're like, come on, man, you're not supposed to make contact with that. You should be out by now.
Exactly.
And, stuff like that. And then he's going to leave one up, and then you're going to hammer it.
Well, Caleb's doing a decent job of that. And honestly, Caleb's been the closest one to being on base as he hit one over to Luke at short. Luke bobbled it for a moment and just barely beat Caleb out at first. So he's really been the closest one to be able to get on base for Brester Construction, and trying to do so here with a 2-ball, 2-strike count. Nobody on, nobody out. Here's the pitch outside. That's really the first time that Isaac Gunther's missed on a pitch that far away to where he didn't make the batter have to make a decision and fight it off. So the count is full, and even just a full count, this is the loudest we've heard the Brester Construction fans. Yep. Inside strike 3 called. Look at that breaking dirty ball. Oh, my goodness.
That was straight 3-2 dirty right there.
Oh, my goodness.
You know what that's called? A Miss Jackson. Nasty.
I mean, for a second strikeout, only 2 strikeouts, that's about as good as one as you can have. Got Caleb looking on a pitch that started way inside, and next thing you know, it's right down the middle.
Yeah, that is some good late break on it.
It did. Boy, did it. We haven't seen much of, where's that pitch been the whole afternoon?
Right?
He just kind of, it just seems like he just pulled that out of nowhere, and it was beautiful, as if he's been throwing it all afternoon. My goodness. So here's Sam Arts into the batter's box, the second baseman this afternoon for Lincoln Christian. He's 0 for 1 with a ground out to Luke Gunther at first, or at short, I should say.
Yeah, and I can see Coach Colon over there at third base not happy with this team's approach. He keeps on shaking his head at some of these. The kids look at him after a called strike, and then he's just shaking his head like, come on, guys, you guys got to swing the bats. There it is.
There it is, into left, and caught. Buck stepping in left robs Sam Arts of a base hit, and there's 2 away in the bottom of the fifth. That's just not fair. You feel like you get good barrel on it, put it in a spot over the head of Gunther, the shortstop, and then there's Buck Steffen.
And that's what Arts is doing as he's coming off. He just pulled his helmet off and just threw his hands up in the air like, what do I have to do here? I just hit a nice line drive, and it stayed up long enough for the left fielder to come under and make a good catch.
There's a pitch in the top of the zone, just missing on Braxton Centers, the catcher for Brester Construction. He's 0 for 1 with a ground out to Colby Anderson at second. This has been impressive. 14 up, 14 down. And Braxton Centers has a 1-1 count against him with nobody on and 2 outs.
Now, here's another thing, though, too, and I'm pretty sure Cam and Jonas Mears Richmond would do this. This late of the game.
This is hit to straightaway center. Reeson is back, makes the catch. Go ahead and finish your thought there, Matt.
This late in the game, I guarantee they're trying to put a bunt down to break up this no-no right now.
Well, after 5 complete, West Point leads 1, Lincoln Christian 0, as Isaac Gunther has sat 15 up, 15 down. As we go to the 6th, they lead 1-0 on BSDN Live. Elkhorn Training Camp is Omaha's premier indoor sports facility for youth athletes. We offer world-class training and facilities with open practice areas, lessons, camps, and clinics. Whether it's baseball, softball, soccer, strength and conditioning training, we have the staff and facility for you. Reserve a time. Check us out at elkhorntrainingcamp.com. For a magical one-of-a-kind festival featuring fabulous vintage antiques and junk vendors, along with makers, food trucks, bands, homemade apple cider and donuts, and of course those Bloody Marys. Then come to Junkstock this fall, September 27th through the 29th, and October 4th through the 6th. Head over to junkstock.com for more information about this top 10 festival in America per the USA Today. At Junkstock, we are all about peace, love, and junk. See you this fall. The players, parents, family members, and especially all of our fans want to give a huge thank you to the Valley American Legion Post number 58 for a special summer baseball season. The Valley, Nebraska American Legion Post number 58 is open to all veterans in the area who have served. Thank you for serving. Thank you for supporting us this entire summer, and go Wingnuts. Awesome McNorton, Matt Richmond back here with you on BSDN Live from Frost Family Stadium, Chris Frank Field. Well, West Point has been absolutely dominant on defense, and Isaac Gunther is standing up now. He's the one getting things started for the Bombers pitching, but he'd like to create a little bit more cushion for himself, I'm betting, as we get to the later part of this game, and the nerves and tension, all that kind of tightens up a little bit. And he sends one over to third. Nice play by Caleb DeWitt over to first in time, and there's one away.
That was a nice throw.
Corner to corner. 1 up, 1 down for the Bombers to start out the 6th. It's their 1-2-3 hitters due up here. That brings up the Gunther brothers and Elliott Reeson into the batter's box. So Isaac is 0 for 3 now. He reached twice on 2 errors and now is grounded out. Luke is 0 for 1 as he hit into a fielder's choice and reached first, and then he reached first on a walk in the first inning and was left stranded there. Actually, no, he was forced out on the 4-6-3 double play.
Yes.
But he stands up now. Ooh, just missing on the outside part of the zone was David Crow.
Yeah, that was a little up.
And really, David's pitched just as well. I mean, he hasn't sat down everyone in a row. I mean, there's been a base runner in 4 out of the 5 innings, but he's pitched really well, too, for Lincoln Christian. There's no doubt about that. Both of these guys have been on it, on the mound, and have really just let their defense work because on the mound for West Point, Isaac Gunther, he's only struck out 2 guys. David Crow's only struck out 1 guy. So it's truly been, hey, defense, go play today.
Yeah, they've done what we call pitch to bat. You know, they're not going to try to overpower you. They're just going to throw strikes, and they're going to make you put the ball in play and let their defense work. The only difference is that Brewster has 3 errors. West Point has 0, hence why we have a 1-0 game right now.
Yeah, it's truly the only difference between these two teams right now. Swung on and missed, and Luke Gunther goes down on the strikeout, right when we're talking about no one striking anybody out. David Crow, of course, gets a strikeout, and there's 2 up, 2 down.
Yeah, both of these pitchers have done a great job of throwing their off-speed pitch at the right time, keeping batters off balance. It's just been a very good pitched game on both sides.
Here's Elliot Reeson in the right-hand batter's box. He's 0 for 2, grounding into a 4-6-3 double play and lining out to Sam Arts at second. Swung on and missed.
See, that's perfect. That was a great off-speed pitch. Had the pitch, the hitter off balance.
No balls, 2 strikes. Throws it in the dirt.
And see, we can't see that here, and you can't see that on the television. So the last pitch that Reeson had was a changeup, and he was way out in front. And then he just threw a fastball, which made his fastball look a lot faster than what it usually is.
Right.
If he kept that in the zone, he probably would have swung and missed.
This is hit up the middle. Drew Matan over at short makes the play to first in time. 6 up, 6 down in a row now for David Crow as we go to the bottom of the 6th. West Point still leads 1-0 on BSDN Live, and we'll be right back after this. Lightning Exteriors is a proud sponsor of Waterloo Valley Post 58 Baseball. At Lightning Exteriors, we offer a comprehensive range of exterior services to cater to your specific needs. Whether it's roofing, siding, gutters, or other exterior enhancements, our team has the expertise and experience to deliver exceptional results. We understand the unique challenges of our regions and ensure that our solutions are tailored to withstand the local climate conditions. To learn more, head over to lightning-exteriors.com. Truck Center Companies is one of the largest Freightliner/Western Star truck dealerships in the U.S. with locations in 18 cities across the Midwest. In business since 1975, our product line features Freightliner, Western Star, Thomas Built buses, and Ottawa trucks. TCC also provides parts and service, full maintenance, fleet management, leasing and rental, and even has on-site body shops at several locations to help get you back on the road and keep you there. Visit truckcentercompanies.com for more information. Austin McNorton and Matt Richmond back here with you. This game is flying along. We're in the bottom of the 6th. It's a defensive battle between Lincoln Christian and the Bombers of West Point. West Point leads 1-0 here in the bottom of the 6th. Thanks to everyone for tuning in on BSDN Live to this one. It's been really, really good on this hot afternoon. And
I don't know about that pitch.
Cade Stryker showed a bunt.
Back to back.
Yep, and 2 strikes against him now. He's 0 for 1 with the strikeout on Isaac Gunther. They're ready for it, too. Popkins in on the grass over there on the third base side.
Curveball. Nope.
There's a breaking ball just missing the bottom left corner. Cade Stryker hasn't bat a lot in this tournament, but is here. Right-hander Gunther on the mound. Cade Stryker, the right fielder at the box. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Nobody on, nobody out. And this is hit really hard to second. Nice play by Anderson to first in time. 1 up, 1 down in the bottom of the 6th.
Grounds out to the second baseman for the first out of the inning.
So really, again, I know we talked about it a lot on the broadcast. We've talked about it off air too. These are some hard hit balls right now for Lincoln Christian too. But they hit it right to second. 1 up, 1 down. As it now brings up Caden Kometzger into the batter's box, the designated hitter for Lincoln Christian, standing in and looking at a first pitch low and away for a ball. A shout out from Dylan Steffen. He says, "Keep up the good work, Buck." Cheering on from West Point. And a shout out to his dad, Bart, in the stands. So thanks for tuning in, Dylan. We appreciate it. West Point leads it 1-0 here in the bottom of the sixth with one away, as it's the 7-8-9 hitters due up here for Lincoln Christian. As it's been 16 up, 16 down here for Brester Construction. But it's a 3-0 count for the first time all afternoon, and West Point wants to talk about it. Isaac Gunther, the first time it's been a 3-0 count. And head coach Bruce Schleck wants to talk about it. We'll take a break and let him talk about it. We'll be back on BSDN Live.
AWS Well Company, Inc. has been providing professional, reliable, and trusted service in the water well industry for over 50 years. We take pride in being a leader in water well drilling, geothermal systems, pump sales and pump repair, agricultural irrigation system, and septic installation. Our experts can custom design and install a water system that fits your specific needs. For more details, you can contact AWS Well at 402-624-3895.
Austin McNorton, Matt Richmond back here with you in the bottom of the sixth on BSDN Live. It's a 3-0 count, and there's a strike on batter number 8, designated hitter Caden Kometzger. It's the first time that Isaac Gunther, the right-hander on the mound for West Point, has gotten to 3 balls.
Nope, second time.
Oh, yeah, he had a 3-2 and got a strikeout. Here's the 3-1. Pitch inside is fouled off. So it's another 3-2. Yep, the last time he was in this spot was in inning number 5. He started Caleb DeWitt out with a 3-2 and then struck him out looking.
On a nasty breaking ball.
Yeah, we'll see if we see that again here. Nobody on, 1 out. It's been 16 sat down in a row.
And there it is again.
Oh, baby, what a pitch.
And he is just grin. You can see the grin from ear to ear on that pitch. That was filthy.
He knew it was good when it left his hand. He said, oh, that's going to be in a good spot. It landed perfectly in the bottom right corner, and it's 17 up, 17 down as we go to batter number 9, Matthew Witt, who looks at a pitch. Ooh, it was called a strike in the bottom of the zone. Matthew is 0 for 1 with a ground out to Luke Gunther at short, as is a lot of the Brester Construction players. Ooh, inside. Somehow it didn't make contact with him. He just kind of shrugged out of the way enough on the pitch inside. It's 1 ball, 1 strike, 2 outs, nobody on. West Point leading 1-0 in the bottom of the 6th. This is a chopper over to third.
Oh, he dropped
Popkin dropped it over to first.
Got him.
He got him. Popkin stayed with it, threw out Matthew Witt. It's 18 up, 18 down as we go to the 7th. West Point leads 1-0 on BSDN Live.
We go to the 7th inning with the score.
Black Hills Energy is a proud sponsor of Waterloo Valley Post 58 Baseball. You need an energy partner that's always looking ahead. That's why we at Black Hills Energy are always ready to support, inspire, and drive your next adventure, whatever it may be. Because supporting your day-to-day is our everyday. And we're always here, ready for what comes next. Find out more at blackhillsenergy.com.
The Nebraska Chiropractic Physicians Association is a professional association of chiropractic physicians whose mission is to promote and advance the chiropractic profession in the state of Nebraska. Chiropractic is natural, holistic, and patient-centered. It is a safe, drug-free, cost-effective alternative in healthcare for the whole family. Start your path to better health today. Learn more about chiropractic care and find a doctor at nebraskachiropractic.org.
Is it a good time to sell your house? Is it a good time to buy a house? Realtor Carrie Wilcox with Nebraska Realty knows the answer. Give her a call at 402-212-2271 today to get all these questions answered. Austin McNorton, Matt Richmond back here with you as we go to the top of the 7th. It's still just a 1-0 ball game. West Point leading over Brester Construction Lincoln Christian, and they send one into shallow left down in front of Matthew Witt. It's the first hit of the day for either team. It belongs to West Point's number 9, Colby Anderson, a leadoff single and a leadoff base runner.
Bryce Popkin.
So Colby Anderson breaks up the no-hitter from David Crow as he's given up 1 hit, 3 walks, and 1 run. The 1 run happened in inning number 3. A bunt, miss, strike. As it brings up Bryce Popkin. He is 0 for 1, but he's reached base twice today for West Point on a walk and an error. In inning number 4, pickoff play back to first, and Anderson's back safely. Good crowds here for both, as we expected. West Point has traveled well all tournament, and Lincoln Christian's crowd has gotten better every single game that they've survived in the elimination side of this bracket. Another pickoff play back to first, and Anderson's back safely. But we were kind of joking around. This game has hummed along so fast that the next 2 teams in ETC Mount Michael and Central City aren't even here yet. Maybe the hardest hit ball of the day goes foul down the left field line.
Definitely the farthest.
Definitely the farthest, that's for sure. Both of these pitchers have been sensational. Both the defenses have been even better. No balls and 2 strikes against Bryce Popkin. And here's the pitch. He got under it just enough. This is trouble, though.
Oh, nice play.
And a really nice
catch over the shoulder.
Man, what an incredible play by Paxton Bailey, the first baseman, and there's 1 away.
That will bring up the center fielder.
Man, how difficult of a catch truly is that? Because he made it look routine.
Extremely difficult because you don't know if you're overrunning it or not because it's got a lot of backspin to it. So that's a very impressive play, especially at this age.
It almost landed in the Bermuda Triangle between right fielder Stryker, second baseman Arts, and Bailey, the first baseman. But Paxton over his shoulder makes an incredible catch. There's 1 on with 1 out for the left fielder Buck Steffen at the plate. And he sends one over to third. DeWitt will just fire it to first.
Nice play.
For out number 2, and advancing up to second is Colby Anderson with 2 away.
Yeah, Paxton was just basically like, I'm going to bring back some old school Mortal Kombat reference here. Get over here.
DeWitt listened. And Mav Smith is in the batter's box now for the Bombers. A pickoff play back to second and a half throw from David Crow. And Mav Smith in the batter's box is 0 for 2 with a strikeout and a fly out to the first baseman. Smith this season in the batter's box, a 0.08 average, a .235 on base percentage. He had 5 hits, 4 singles, 1 triple coming into this tournament with 5 RBIs. Would love an extra base hit here in this situation to just give the Bombers a little bit more cushion going into the bottom of the 7th.
Well, I think a base hit's going to score him just because with 2 outs, he's going to be moving on crack of the bat.
Good point, good point. Mav Smith last night against Central City, he went 1 for 3 with a double in inning number 6 against Colbin Peters. This pitch is inside, and it skips over the head of centers and off the top of the netting. And so Colby Anderson advances to third now with 2 outs. Just a little bit more insurance for Mr. Isaac Gunther on the mound is what West Point's trying to do here. And Matt Smith, 2 balls, 1 strike, and Cooper Colomb will go out and talk to his lefty for a moment just to settle him down. We'll take a break with him on BSDN Live. We'll be right back after this.
Smart Freight Funding is the #1 factoring company for the bulk trucking industry. But we're not just bulk. We factor all trailer types and any freight with over 50 years of driving, dispatching, contracting, and accounting experience in the trucking industry. Let someone who's been in your shoes handle your finances. Learn why clients use Smart Freight Funding and get started today at smartfreightfunding.com.
Austin McNorton and Matt Richmond back here with you on BSDN Live as we're in the top of the 7th with 2 outs and a runner at third. West Point trying to add on to their 1-0 lead. David Crow, the lefty, trying to keep it a 1-run deficit going to the bottom of the 7th. He faces batter number 7 in the lineup for the Bombers, Mav Smith, who's 0 for 2 this afternoon with a strikeout and a flyout. 2 balls, 2 strikes, and Colby Anderson led off the inning with a leadoff single, and this is hit through the hole on the left side. An RBI single for Mav Smith gives West Point a little more cushion on hit number 2 of the inning.
Base hit by Smith brings in the RBI single. That brings up the right fielder, number 17, Ryder Anderson Ray.
So there were no hits for either team going into this inning. West Point now has 2. They lead it 2-0 thanks to batter number 7, Mav Smith. And now here's Ryder Anderson Ray coming into the box. He is 0 for 1 with a ground out to the shortstop in the 5th inning. And he was hit by a pitch in inning number 3. And he was picked off of third in that inning as well. So he sends one back up the middle off the glove of Crow. Tough play from Matan. He made it.
Nice.
Drew Matan stuck with it from the shortstop spot to throw out Ryder Anderson Ray. So it's 2 hits, no walks, 1 run, and 1 left on for West Point. They lead 2-0 going to the bottom of the 7th. We'll be back on BSDN Live. Elkhorn Training Camp is Omaha's premier indoor sports facility for youth athletes. We offer world-class training and facilities with open practice areas, lessons, camps, and clinics. Whether it's baseball, softball, soccer, strength and conditioning training, we have the staff and facility for you. Reserve a time. Check us out at elkhorntrainingcamp.com.
Woodhouse Auto Family is the home of 21 brands with over 1,100 pre-owned, certified pre-owned, and over 5,600 vehicle selection that can be found at woodhouse.com or visit one of their locations just down the road from anywhere you're at. Woodhouse has proudly been serving the customers and communities since 1975 with a goal to provide you with a buying and servicing experience that builds a trusted partnership for a lifetime. Find them at woodhouse.com.
Shields is a proud supporter of Post 58 Legion Baseball. Stop by Village Point at 168th and West Dodge Road for all of your sporting goods and apparel needs. Welcome back to Frost Family Stadium in Chris Frank Field. Austin McNorton and Matt Richmond with you. In the bottom of the 7th between the West Point Bombers and Brester Construction Lincoln Christian, as West Point adds a run in the top of the 7th on 2 singles from Colby Anderson and Mav Smith. Back out on the mound is the right-hander, Isaac Gunther. He faces the 1-2-3 hitters for Lincoln Christian, and that brings up Grant DeHaan into the batter's box, who takes a strike, takes a ball. Grant is 0 for 2 with a line out to the third baseman in inning number 1 and a line out to right field in inning number 4. So this is the cursed third time through the order, as they always say. And there's a pitch outside, and the count moves to 2-1 on Isaac Gunther, as he has struck out just 3 batters of the 18 that he's faced, which tells you how great his defense has been behind him. And this is hit over to third. It'll go foul. Would have been a tough play for Popkin, and DeHaan just missed it. He's been on it. Probably if there's any Lincoln Christian player who's been on Isaac Gunther, it's been Grant. He's just unfortunately hit it hard right to 2 Bomber players. He lined out to third and lined out to right. Breaking ball is fouled off. He just missed it and fouled it off behind the plate. And we'll do the count again. It's 2 balls and 2 strikes with nobody. Does it say nobody out there? I don't know.
Oh, yeah.
Yep, nobody out. Here in the bottom of the 7th, trailing 2-0. Here's the pitch.
Ooh.
Chopper goes foul again, and we said, Matt, just a way to break up the rhythm a little bit is just continue to foul pitches off.
Fight. Just got to fight. You can't
We
let
saw-
that umpire make that last call.
We saw Caleb DeWitt do it a couple of times. He fouled Isaac Gunther off a lot in inning number 5, but then he struck out looking. So we'll see what Grant DeHaan can do here. Pitch outside. Tell tried to frame it, and it's a full count. Each time that Isaac Gunther has gotten into a full count, he's gotten a strikeout looking. On Caleb DeWitt in inning number 5 and Caden Cumacher in inning number 6. The 3-2 is roped into shallow center and
there
down.
it goes.
It bounces in front of Reeson. There goes the perfect game. There goes the no-hitter. Lincoln Christian has a base runner, and it comes in the bottom of the 7th.
Wow. And that ball was barely even touched. I mean, he just stuck his bat out and barely landed in front of the center fielder.
So Elliot Reeson out there in center, he ran as hard as he could, but had to let it bounce in front of him, and Grant DeHaan breaks up 18 batters sat down in a row by Isaac Gunther. So here's Drew Matan now. DeHaan has a pretty big lead over there at first, but we've seen Mason Tell throw out a lot of base runners in this tournament. So we'll wonder how aggressive Lincoln Christian will be, as Tell has been a tough guy to run against behind the plate. There he goes. It's a pitch out. Perfect. Too far of a throw, though, and the tag is not laid down. Tell missed the throw. Too far to the right of the bag, and it's a stolen base. Even on a pitch out, Grant DeHaan gets there.
Obviously, these other coaches have not watched a West Point game because they always throw out on that second pitch.
Yeah, Tell's
every single game.
Yep, he's done it every time on those pitch outs. Just surprised Mason missed the throw, and there's a strike on Drew Matan. It is 1 ball and 2 strikes with a runner in scoring position and nobody out for the shortstop, who's 0 for 2 with a line out to the shortstop and a fly out to center field. The pitch is smoked out to deep left.
That got him.
It's
got him.
over the head of Steffen. Rounding third, coming home is Grant DeHaan.
Oh, he's going 3. He's
all
going 3.
the way to third, and the
he
cutoff
made
is
it.
missed.
Stand-up triple.
Drew Matan, a stand-up triple, and it's a 1-run ball game.
Oh, no. Hey, that was a great piece of hitting, though, by Matan. He sat on that curveball, and he drove it.
Way over the head of Buck Steffen out in left. Drew Matan, the tying run for Lincoln Christian, now stands at third with nobody out. Back-to-back hits for Lincoln Christian. There were no hits at all going into the 7th inning. Now there's 4 total, and the tying run stands at third for Brester Construction with nobody out. That third time through the order. What do they always say? Paxton Bailey at the plate. 0 for 2 with 2 ground outs to Luke Gunther, the shortstop.
And we have no outs.
Yep. So really, you make contact here. We just saw Drew Matan's speed. He likely can score the tying run. Good pitch there. And it's 1 ball and 1 strike. So thanks everyone for tuning in here on BSDN Live. In the bottom right corner, we've gotten a lot of views. I think everyone was kind of tuning in to see if that would end up being a perfect game. So close. 6 complete perfect. Now he's just trying to get the win. Perfect case scenario, an infield pop-up right back to the mound.
That is not what
Gunther
you want to do
makes the
for
catch,
Brester.
and there's 1 away with the runner still at third. Well, that's just as good as a strikeout right there, Matt.
Absolutely, absolutely. But now you have to deal with Mr. DeWitt.
Number 23, Caleb DeWitt.
So Caleb DeWitt trying to redeem himself after he struck out looking on a full count pitch last time in inning number 5.
I think he's going to be a little bit more aggressive early in the account.
He also grounded out to the shortstop in inning number 2, as has most of the Brester Construction players. A lot of balls hit to Luke Gunther's way over there at the shortstop spot, as his older brother has put it there. First pitch strike. The runner at third is Drew Matan with his RBI triple. That brought in Grant DeHaan, who broke up the perfect game. Pitch high, and it looks like they're ready for a bunt potentially, the way that Popkin and Gunther are playing this defensively over there on that third base bag.
I don't see him bunting with DeWitt.
Yeah, I didn't either, but the way they're playing it,
That's
hard hit right
that's
past
right.
the glove of Popkin.
You
And
ain't bunting
just
him.
like that, we are tied.
Now bring in a pinch runner. Coach, bring in a pinch runner. Yep.
A base hit. It went right past the glove of Popkin, who almost made a spectacular catch on the hot corner. So Caleb DeWitt ties the game, and the winning run is at first with only one out.
Courtesy running for DeWitt. Number 2, Zach Klopp.
So here is Zach Clough over at first for Brester Construction. Sam Arts at the plate. 0 for 2 with a ground out to short and a line out to left. West Point trying to go to extras now here in this one. You want to talk about an unbelievable tournament? This has been an unbelievable tournament. We've seen it all. We've
Yeah.
seen walk-offs. We've seen
2 no-hitters going into the 7th.
Yep, we've seen almost a perfect game here today. We saw a 14-run inning yesterday. We saw a home run yesterday. We saw a triple play yesterday. We've seen it all. I mean, this has been amazing, and this game is a perfect example of this.
Yeah.
West Point had all the momentum. They plated a run in the top of the 7th, thank goodness, or else this game would be over. And it was a perfect game going into the bottom of the 7th for Isaac Gunther. Grant DeHaan starts out the inning with a leadoff single. Drew Matan brings him in with an RBI triple. And then Caleb DeWitt brings him in with a one-out single. And it's Zach Clough, the winning run for Lincoln Christian, standing over at first with one out. And the 5, 6, 7 batters coming to the plate for Brester Construction. Sam Art stands in 0 for 2 with a ground out to short and a line out to left. And looks at a pitch too far inside. It's 2-0 on Isaac Gunther out there on the mound for the Bombers.
Do not steal right here. They're going to do a pitch out most likely.
Yep, we've seen that a lot. Pick off back to first. And Clough is back safely.
Add a step.
Yep.
You're back super early. Add a step.
The pitch. There's a good breaking ball right down the center. 2-1 now. West Point 2, Brester Construction 2. All 3 of their hits in this inning. All 3 of their base runners in this inning. Really well located there, and he's evened the count up at 2.
Mr. Arntz, get in there and swing the bat, bud.
Gunther just trying to send his team to extras now and keep the summer alive. This is an elimination game. I mean, you want to talk about do or die for both these teams. This is it.
Oh,
Popped up on the infield, and once again, Gunther comes off the mound. He's gotten 2 infield pop-outs to himself for out number 2.
Arch pops up to the pitcher for the second out of the inning.
So Clough stays at first.
Bring up the catcher. Number
And now, Matt, do you think he becomes a little bit more aggressive trying to get into scoring position with 2 outs?
I would, just because if you get a runner on second, then you could probably get him in on a base hit. sitting there at first is not going to do anything. If he gets thrown out, then you start over. It's tied game.
Right.
You're going to extra innings.
Decent lead over there at first, and it's a first pitch strike into Braxton Centers, the catcher for Lincoln Christian, who's 0 for 2 with a ground out to second and a fly out to center field in inning number 5. Here's the pitch. It's popped up on the infield. Anderson, the second baseman, makes the catch right on the lip of the grass, and we have free baseball here in Valley. It's 3 hits, no walks, 2 runs, and 1 left on for Lincoln Christian. We're all tied at 2 going to the top of the 8th on BSDN Live. We'll be right back after this. Gregoridge Plumbing is a proud sponsor of Waterloo Valley Post 58 Legion Baseball. Give them a call at 402-359-9117 for all of your installation, service, and repair needs. When it comes to plumbing, Gregoridge is the experts. Once again, give them a call at 402-359-9117. Gregoridge Plumbing, proud sponsors of Waterloo Valley Post 58 Baseball.
Smart Freight Funding is the #1 factoring company for the bulk trucking industry. But we're not just bulk. We factor all trailer types and any freight with over 50 years of driving, dispatching, contracting, and accounting experience in the trucking industry. Let someone who's been in your shoes handle your finances. Learn why clients use Smart Freight Funding and get started today at smartfreightfunding.com.
At the Athlete Factory, you can be the best player you can be, all while practicing indoors. Down in Waterloo, Nebraska, the Athlete Factory specializes in indoor softball, baseball, soccer, and basketball training. Some services include facility rentals, lessons, and camps. Here at the Athlete Factory, we pride ourselves on teaching skills to better players and teams. So if this sounds like a good opportunity to parents or coaches, you can find us at our Facebook page, The Athlete Factory Nebraska, or schedule an appointment on the website, which will lead you straight to scheduling today.
Welcome back to Frost Family Stadium and Chris Frank Field in Valley, Nebraska. Austin McNorton, Matt Richmond here with you for free baseball in game number 1 of 2 here in our semifinal round of the 2024 Nebraska American Legion Class B Junior State Tournament. An elimination game between Brester Construction, Lincoln Christian, and the West Point Bombers. Top of the 8th, tied at 2. West Point, they led 1-0 the entire game. They led 2-0 after the top of the 7th. But then Lincoln Christian had a leadoff single, an RBI triple, and then a base hit to score 2 runs as Mason Tell starts out inning number 8 with a fly out to center field. So, Matt, if you're West Point, you had all the momentum. You were literally perfect defensively. Next thing you know, you're up to bat again in the 8th. How do you just try and refocus as it's a brand new ball game, basically?
Yeah, that's exactly how you have to think of it. It's a brand new ball game. We're at 0, so let's go out there and start a new game going.
This is flown out to right, and there's 2 up, 2 down quickly for West Point here in the 8th. And that'll bring up Luke Gunther into the batter's box for the Bombers now.
Yeah,
so,
but you just have to sit there and think of it as a whole new ball game. We're starting scratch. Let's not worry about what the score was or is. Let's just go.
Luke Gunther, he sends one up the middle. This is a tough play for Sam Arts. He slides in the dirt and can't make the throw in time. An infield single for West Point, and they have a runner at first with 2 outs.
Yeah, you're not going to get Gunther on a play like that, unfortunately.
Nope.
He runs too good.
He made as good of an attempt as he could, sliding in the dirt behind the second base bag and delivering a strike over to first, but Luke, his wheels too fast. He stands at first with 2 outs as the leading run for West Point.
We got time on the field. I think Coach Cologne's gonna change him out.
So we might have a new pitcher on the mound. If we do, we'll have all that new information coming up.
Yep.
1 on, 2 outs. We'll be back after this on BSDN Live. Shields is a proud supporter of Post 58 Legion Baseball. Stop by Village Point at 168th and West Dodge Road for all of your sporting goods and apparel needs.
AWS Well Company, Inc. has been providing professional, reliable, and trusted service in the water well industry for over 50 years. We take pride in being a leader in water well drilling, geothermal systems, pump sales and pump repair, agricultural irrigation system, and septic installation. Our experts can custom design and install a water system that fits your specific needs. For more details, you can contact AWS Well at 402-624-3895.
For a magical one-of-a-kind festival featuring fabulous vintage antiques and junk vendors, along with makers, food trucks, bands, homemade apple cider and donuts, and of course those Bloody Marys, then come to Junkstock this fall, September 27th through the 29th, and October 4th through the 6th. Head over to junkstock.com for more information about this top 10 festival in America per the USA Today. At Junkstock, we are all about peace, love, and junk. See you this fall.
The Nebraska Chiropractic Physicians Association is a professional association of chiropractic physicians whose mission is to promote and advance the chiropractic profession in the state of Nebraska. Chiropractic is natural, holistic, and patient-centered. It is a safe, drug-free, cost-effective alternative in healthcare for the whole family. Start your path to better health today. Learn more about chiropractic care and find a doctor at nebraskachiropractic.org.
Black Hills Energy is a proud sponsor of Waterloo Valley Post 58 Baseball. You need an energy partner that's always looking ahead. That's why we at Black Hills Energy are always ready to support, inspire, and drive your next adventure, whatever it may be. Because supporting your day-to-day is our everyday. And we're always here, ready for what comes next. Find out more at blackhillsenergy.com.
At the Athlete Factory, you can...
The leading run is on for West Point here in the top of the 8th. After Lincoln Christian ties it up in the bottom of the 7th, we have free baseball. It was a 2-out single for Luke Gunther and a hit and run through the hole on the right side. Luke Gunther will go first to third, and there's runners at the corners now, and the leading run stands at third for West Point with 2 away.
Nicely executed hit and run, and something you do not see a lot of times anymore in any levels of the sport.
Elliott Reeson put it in the perfect spot through the hole on the right side.
Second baseman, number 9, Colby Anderson.
It's the 4th hit of the day for West Point. They had 2 in inning number 7. They have 2 here in inning number 8. And Matt, the difference in this tournament have been teams who have capitalized with 2 outs, and West Point trying to do that here. Both of their hits have come with 2 outs, and now they have the leading run standing at third with 2 outs for the cleanup man, Colby Anderson, who broke up the no-hitter from David Crow in the top of the 7th. And he scored the second run of the day for West Point, which is why we're here in the 8th. Runner goes to second without a throw. So now anything would likely drive in 2 here for Colby Anderson, who's trying to be the hero for the Bombers. He is 1 for 3 with that single and run scored in the top of the 7th. Against new pitcher out there for Brester Construction, it's Drew Matan coming from the shortstop spot. Grant DeHaan goes from center field to short. Caden Stryker goes from right field to center, and Jackson Wobig comes out of the dugout into right field. This is hit right to DeHaan on cue. He robs Colby Anderson of an RBI.
Probably 2 RBIs.
Yeah, probably 2 RBIs up the middle. And that ends the side. It's 2 hits, no walks, no runs, and 2 left on for West Point as we go to the bottom of the 8th. Tied at 2 on BSDN Live, and we'll be right back after this. For a magical one-of-a-kind festival featuring fabulous vintage antiques and junk vendors, along with makers, food trucks, bands, homemade apple cider and donuts, and of course those Bloody Marys, then come to Junkstock this fall, September 27th through the 29th, and October 4th through the 6th. Head over to junkstock.com for more information about this top 10 festival in America per the USA Today. At Junkstock, we are all about peace, love, and junk. See you this fall. The players, parents, family members, and especially all of our fans want to give a huge thank you to the Valley American Legion Post number 58 for a special summer baseball season. The Valley, Nebraska American Legion Post number 58 is open to all veterans in the area who have served. Thank you for serving. Thank you for supporting us this entire summer. And go Wingnuts. Austin McNorton, Matt Richmond back here with you in the bottom of the 8th on BSDN Live. Tied at 2 between the West Point Bombers and Brester Construction Lincoln Christian. And first pitch swung on, hit over to second. Colby Anderson is there over to first.
Ooh,
honestly, a lot closer play than I think anyone was anticipating it to be, and Cade Stryker goes down for the out. It's the second time today that he has grounded out to Anderson over there at second. It's the 7-8-9 batters due up here for Brester Construction. And that brings the new right fielder into the game for Lincoln Construction. Jackson Wobig comes in for the DH Caden Kometzger, who was 0 for 2.
Still the best name we've got here.
Wobig.
Whoa,
Happy
big.
we got a chance to talk about him today. Really am. It's still Isaac Gunther out there on the mound for the Bombers, and why not? He's been just about as good as you can be. 3 hits and 2 runs, all in that bottom of the 7th. But this is the first time he's faced Wobig, who yesterday for Lincoln Christian against Alliance, as he looks at a strike, he went 1 for 3 with a single. Just trying to be a base runner here for the Bombers with 1 out as he sends one over to Anderson. Colby will fire it to first again. A little bit of a low throw, but a nice play by Smith, and there's 2 away.
Mr. Witt.
Matthew Witt comes up 0 for 2.
Brings up the left fielder, number 7, Matthew Witt.
Matthew is 0 for 2 with a ground out to short and a ground out to third.
If I'm not mistaken, yesterday Wobig just had some bad luck. But I think he had a couple really good hits that were just at the wrong location.
Yeah, Wobig yesterday. He did. He grounded one up to the pitcher and over to second. It was a wild play over at second, too.
Yeah, I know he had a couple of just bad luck kind of situations.
Matthew Witt stands in the box. His batting numbers this summer, 42 at-bats, a .286 average, and a .375 on-base percentage. This is into the hole on the right side. It's a 2-out single.
Oh, he boots it.
And
it
gets away from Ryder Anderson
The
Ray,
throw.
and the runner's in scoring position with 2 outs.
Oh, and the man, number 8. It's a base hit with an error going to second.
So a base hit for Lincoln Christian's Matthew Witt with 2 outs, and he stands at second after the error. And the winning run is in scoring position for the man who started it all for Brester Construction, Grant DeHaan. He broke up Isaac Gunther's perfect game in the bottom of the 7th.
Oh, they're putting him on.
Oh.
Yep, intentional walk.
DeHaan with the intentional walk to first base.
Well, it doesn't get any easier
That will bring up the pitcher, number 5.
for Isaac Gunther. He has the biggest hit of the day for Lincoln Christian, the RBI triple.
Matan's the one who hit that
Yep.
one over the left fielder's head last at
Over
bat.
Buck
Off
Steffen's
Gunther.
head in the last inning that brought in Grant DeHaan from second, and then he was brought in on Caleb DeWitt's game-tying RBI. So the winning run stands at second for Brester Construction with 2 outs, and it comes down to the shortstop Drew Matan to try and walk it off and move on to the championship Wednesday. Matan's numbers this summer, a .377 average, .488 on base percentage. He leads the team with 25 RBIs. This gets away from Tell. Thought for a moment he was going to throw it to third, but now there's runners at the corners with 2 outs. As now the winning run, Matthew Witt, stands at third for Brester Construction. We'll see what happens here.
Oh, now they walked him too.
They walk, the bases loaded. Thanks everyone
For
tuning
Bailey.
in for Paxton Bailey, who's 0 for 3 today.
Yeah, we got time on the field.
So the situation, it was a ground out to second from Cade Stryker, a ground out to second for Jackson Wobig.
Yeah.
Then it was a 2-out base hit from Matthew Witt. He now stands at third. Grant DeHaan drew the intentional walk. Drew Matan drew the intentional walk. And the bases are loaded right now for Brester Construction Lincoln Christian with 2 outs and a 2-2 ball game. Thanks to everyone for tuning in on BSDN Live. This has been a special one. An elimination game. Winner moves to the championship game of the Nebraska American Legion Class B Junior State Tournament. Loser's summer is over with a special season, but a heartbreaking end. Here we go. Gunther on the mound. The pitch is low and outside for a strike. Paxton Bailey trying to...
No, strike.
Yeah, Paxton Bailey trying to win it
There it
for
is,
Brester.
see?
He popped it up. He slams his bat down as it's into center field and shallow center field. And the second baseman, Anderson, makes the catch. And Brester Construction leaves the bases loaded. So we go to the ninth, tied at 2. It was 1 hit, 2 walks, no runs, and 3 left on for Brester Construction. Can the Bombers turn that into some momentum going to the ninth on BSDN Live? We'll be right back after this.
Woodhouse Auto Family is the home of 21 brands with over 1,100 pre-owned, certified pre-owned, and over 5,600 vehicle selection that can be found at woodhouse.com or visit one of their locations just down the road from anywhere you're at. Woodhouse has proudly been serving the customers and communities since 1975 with a goal to provide you with a buying and servicing experience that builds a trusted partnership for a lifetime. Find them at woodhouse.com.
Shields is a proud supporter of Post 58 Legion Baseball. Stop by Village Point at 168th and West Dodge Road for all of your sporting goods and apparel needs.
Smart Freight Funding is the #1 factoring company for the bulk trucking industry. But we're not just bulk. We factor all trailer types and any freight with over 50 years of driving, dispatching, contracting, and accounting experience in the trucking industry. Let someone who's been in your shoes handle your finances. Learn why clients use Smart Freight Funding and get started today at smartfreightfunding.com.
Austin McNorton, Matt Richmond here with you for a special game. Game number 12 of the 2024 Nebraska American Legion Class B Junior State Tournament has lived up to the hype and then some, as West Point and Lincoln Christian are both tied at 2 here in the top of the ninth. West Point led 2-0, working with a perfect game going into the bottom of the 7th. Before Lincoln Christian's Grant DeHaan, Drew Matan, and Caleb DeWitt broke it up to tie the game at 2. West Point has held on and now are trying to retake the lead with their 5, 6, 7 batters at the plate against new pitcher who came in relief for Lincoln Christian in the last inning, Drew Matan. He came in and got the final out of the top of the 8th, I should say. And there's a pitch inside. It's a leadoff walk for Bryce Popkin, and the leading runs on first with nobody out for the Bombers. The 4th walk of the day for the Bombers. 4 hits, 4 walks, 2 runs. They left 5 batters on base. And a bunt perfectly up the middle. Matan centers, throws it high.
Good play.
Wow. That might be a game-saving play from Paxton Bailey as he does get an out, but a play like that prevents Bryce Popkin to advancing to 3rd and likely prevents Buck Steffen to advancing to 2nd.
Right.
It's the little things like that sometimes, Matt, that can make the big difference between winning and losing.
Yeah, that's huge. That was a great play by Bailey at first, getting up there and still being able to land on the bag before the runner got there.
So Bryce Popkin, the leading run, is into scoring position for the Bombers. And a pitch inside to Mav Smith, who is 1 for 3 today with an RBI single in the top of the 7th, which, if it weren't for that, this game would be over.
Yeah, DeWitt's got to make sure he gets time out before he starts running back over there to talk to the pitcher with the runner on second.
Yeah, that's a good point. And there's a pitch that misses just a little bit high. 3-0 count here to Mav Smith. Just trying to keep the line moving for the Bombers. Taking all the way, looks at a pitch on the bottom of the zone for strike number 1. A warm day here in Valley as this evening continues along. 87 degrees as it sits right now, and there's a big cut and miss, and the count goes full. Mav Smith struck out swinging in inning number 2, trying to avoid that here with the leading run standing at second and only 1 out. A strikeout is exactly what Matan wants, and he got him looking.
Mav knew it, too. He didn't even complain or nothing. He walked right off it. He knew.
Yep, he knew that one. And it comes down to the right fielder, Ryder Anderson Ray now, who wants to talk to his head coach before the at-bat. And Centers wants to talk to his coach before the at-bat. So just a little bit of strategy here. Again, Bryce Popkin led off this top of the 9th with a walk. He stands at second with now 2 outs for Ryder Anderson Ray, who's 0 for 2 with a ground out to a ground out to Drew Matan and a ground out to Grant Hahn. That's the second time Anderson Ray's been hit by a pitch, and there's 2 on with 2 outs.
That'll bring up the catcher, number 5, Mason Tell.
Well, Mason Tell has been the superstar for the Bombers in this tournament. He was the player of the game in game number 1. He was really good in game number 2. Good again in game number 3 yesterday against Central City. And he looks at a first pitch in the dirt. He was 1 for 2 yesterday with a single and a run scored. He's gotten on base with a walk, and Josh Snodgrass scored in that 3rd inning for him. He grounded out to the shortstop in the 5th inning and flew out to center field to start out the 8th inning. He could give his team the lead here with 1 swing of the bat. Pitch is high. And the count is 2 balls and 1 strike with 2 outs and 2 on. Top of the 9th, free baseball. This has been everything and then some. This is roped down into right field. It drops in front of Wobig. It gets away from him. Rounding third, coming home is Popkin standing. Mason Tell delivers again for the Bombers. Right on cue. The catcher batting 9th, Mason Tell, comes through again. Never a doubt. Look how fired up he is running into the dugout, and yeah, he deserves to celebrate a little bit.
Number 3, Josh Snodgrass.
As West Point has taken the lead on their 5th hit of the day, thanks to batter number 9, Bryce Popkin scores from second. Ryder Anderson Ray stands at third, and Josh Snodgrass stands at first with 2 outs and 2 on. West Point retakes the lead 3-2 with 2 outs here in the top of the 9th. And boy, does that hit batter on Ryder Anderson Ray become that much more critical, because you unfortunately had to bring the hottest bat of the Bombers lineup to the plate, and Matt, he made him pay.
Yeah, he did. He did a good job taking the away pitch to the right side. And on, Wobig over there just got a really bad hop, too.
Yeah.
That thing bounced, and it almost went over his head. He did a good job just keeping it, somewhat in front of him.
Yeah, it did take an unlucky hop, which allowed Popkin to score. Anderson Ray sits at third. This is hit into right and foul. Ryder Anderson Ray was hit by a pitch with 2 outs, which brought Mason Tell to the plate. Anderson Ray stands at third, Tell at first. It's the top of the order, Isaac Gunther, who was special on the mound. He was perfect through 6 innings. You wonder if we'll see him in the bottom of the 9th try and hold on. But this is hit over to third. Caleb DeWitt will fire it to first in time to end the side. But it's 1 hit, 1 walk, 1 run, and 2 left on. West Point retakes the lead 3-2. To the bottom of the 9th we go. What does Brester Construction have to answer? Let's find out together when we come back. Black Hills Energy is a proud sponsor of Waterloo Valley Post 58 Baseball. You need an energy partner that's always looking ahead. That's why we at Black Hills Energy are always ready to support, inspire, and drive your next adventure, whatever it may be. Because supporting your day-to-day is our everyday. And we're always here, ready for what comes next. Find out more at blackhillsenergy.com.
The Nebraska Chiropractic Physicians Association is a professional association of chiropractic physicians whose mission is to promote and advance the chiropractic profession in the state of Nebraska. Chiropractic is natural, holistic, and patient-centered. It is a safe, drug-free, cost-effective alternative in healthcare for the whole family. Start your path to better health today. Learn more about chiropractic care and find a doctor at nebraskachiropractic.org.
Coming up in the plate for Brester Construction, the third baseman, number 23, Caleb DeWitt.
Final chance for Brester Construction, Lincoln Christian. Austin McNorton, Matt Richmond here with you. Free baseball. We're in the bottom of the 9th. West Point retakes the lead 3-2, and it's a leadoff hit batter. And the tying run is at first after 1 pitch.
Yep, expect a pinch runner.
Number 6, Sam Arts.
So Caleb DeWitt stands at first with nobody out.
Arts is going to be bunting here.
And Sam Arts at the plate is 0 for 3 with a ground out to short, a line out to left, and a pop-up on the mound. And looks like Popkin is expecting him to bunt as well. He doesn't on the first pitch, and it's low. Caleb DeWitt stands at first. West Point had 1 hit, 1 walk, and 1 run in the top of the 9th to give themselves that 3-2 lead. Surprised there's not a courtesy runner over there at first, Matt?
Yeah, pinch runner. I'm surprised there's not a pinch runner over there for DeWitt.
And it's a
I think he's done.
it's a 2-0 count. And we'll see if Isaac Gunther's day is done on the mound.
Yeah, it is. He's at 101 right now. He hasn't thrown a strike. I don't think he would. I mean, he might. I don't know.
Well,
actually, it looks like he's going to keep him in.
We will see how the Bombers attack this. 1 on, nobody out, leading 3-2 in the bottom of the 9th. We'll be back on BSDN Live. Elkhorn Training Camp is Omaha's premier indoor sports facility for youth athletes. We offer world-class training and facilities with open practice areas, lessons, camps, and clinics. Whether it's baseball, softball, soccer, strength and conditioning training, we have the staff and facility for you. Reserve a time. Check us out at elkhorntrainingcamp.com. Austin McNorton, Matt Richmond here with you on BSDN Live in the bottom of the 9th. The tying run is on for Brester Construction. Lincoln Christian, after Caleb DeWitt was hit by a pitch on the first pitch of the bottom of the 9th by Isaac Gunther, who's still out there on the mound for West Point, working with a 3-2 lead now. Facing batters number 5, 6, and 7 here, and it's the second baseman, Sam Arts, who's 0 for 3, shows bunt, it's high, and it's a 3-1 count. Now, the one thing you don't want to do here is walk a guy on, which that would be the winning run over at first, potentially. The tying run's already on, but you don't want to put the winning run on as well with nobody out. So it's a big 3-1. He shows bunt, and it's fouled off, and the count is full now. So now this becomes an interesting at-bat for both teams on what Sam Arts will do, what Isaac Gunther will do. Massive 3-2 pitch. Popkin, the third baseman, is in on the grass on that third base side. DeWitt. Ooh, man, that was hit pretty hard down the third base side.
Popkin's still playing that
I am
close.
too, yeah. Knowing that Arts won't bunt it, it's kind of surprising he was in that close too. And it looks like now he's going to back off after he saw that. He's like, you know what? Let me stand back here now. Runner at first, nobody out. The 3-2 pitch. Inside it, hit him. And there's 2 on with nobody out.
Arts hit by pitch.
DeWitt stands at second, and that's probably the end for Isaac Gunther. What a special day it was. He gave up 4 hits, 2 walks, 2 runs, and left 4 guys on base as he went 6 innings perfect. But now Lincoln Christian trails by 1, but they have the tying run at second, the winning run at first with nobody out. We'll be back on BSDN Live with all the new info you need.
Shields is a proud supporter of Post 58 Legion Baseball. Stop by Village Point at 168th and West Dodge Road for all of your sporting goods and apparel needs.
AWS Well Company, Inc. has been providing professional, reliable, and trusted service in the water well industry for over 50 years. We take pride in being a leader in water well drilling, geothermal systems, pump sales and pump repair, agricultural irrigation system, and septic installation. Our experts can custom design and install a water system that fits your specific needs. For more details, you can contact AWS Well at 402-624-3895.
For a magical one-of-a-kind festival featuring fabulous vintage antiques and junk vendors, along with makers, food trucks, bands, homemade apple cider and donuts, and of course those Bloody Marys, then come to Junkstock this fall, September 27th through the 29th, and October 4th through the 6th. Head over to junkstock.com for more information about this top 10 festival in America per the USA Today. At Junkstock, we are all about peace, love, and junk. See you this fall.
The Nebraska Chiropractic Physicians Association is a professional association of chiropractic physicians whose mission is to promote and advance the chiropractic profession in the state of Nebraska. Chiropractic is natural, holistic, and patient-centered. It is a safe, drug-free, cost-effective alternative in healthcare for the whole family. Start your path to better health today. Learn more about chiropractic care and find a doctor at nebraskachiropractic.org.
Black Hills Energy is a proud sponsor of Waterloo Valley.
Austin McNorton and Matt Richmond back here with you on BSDN Live in the bottom of the 9th. The Bombers of West Point lead Brester Construction Lincoln Christian 3-2. As Isaac Gunther's day is done, little bro Luke will come out to close the job. A bunt is fouled down the behind home plate. So Isaac and Luke just switch spots. Luke on the mound now. Isaac goes over to short. As this bottom of the 9th started with Caleb DeWitt getting hit by a pitch. He represents the tying run at second. And then Sam Arts getting hit by a pitch. He represents the winning run standing at first with nobody out. And Braxton centers at the plate, a pickoff play back to second, and Caleb's in there safely.
This one you've got to get down to third base, especially with a right-hander here. You've got to get this one down to third base. With get to advance your runners. With him coming up, the first baseman running up like that, you've got to get it down towards third.
That's Smith running up on the play, and it's fouled down the third base side. Foul ball. And the count goes to 0-2 against him. Still nobody out. Centers now the bunt out of the equation. 5 hits today for West Point, all coming after in the 7th and later. Lincoln Christian, 4 hits today, all coming in the 7th inning and later. Tells you how great these defenses were in the first 6 innings. This is off the end of the bat, back right towards us off the screen, and we'll do it again. Luke wears number 1, even being the younger brother. Isaac wears number 2 as the older brother. Luke, 6 2/3 innings pitched coming into this game over the summer. 30 batters faced. He's given up 6 hits and 4 runs, none of them being earned runs. 1 walk, 5 strikeouts, and a 0 ERA. But again, in limited numbers. Trying to get the save here for older bro. As this is roped to left, Buck Steffen is under it. Nobody advances. A big out, number 1 for the Bombers.
The hardest one, especially when you're up.
Exactly. That just right there, Matt, what does that do? It gives you a big,
Right.
like, all right, we got 1. Now let's just settle in and play against the 7, 8, 9 guys.
When you're in this situation, extra innings, bottom of the 9th inning, you're the away team, and you had runners on first, second with no outs. Getting that first out is huge. Because right now you can get a double play, gets you out of the game. Even a fly ball like that. I mean, there's just so many things that help.
For striker, number 4, Maddox Eppenbach.
So Maddox Eppenbach will bat in place of Cage Stryker now, trying to come through for his team. So Cage Stryker's day was done. He went 0 for 3 with a strikeout, a ground out to second, and another ground out to second in the 8th. Tying run at second is Caleb DeWitt. Winning run at first is Sam Arch. They were both plunked by Isaac Gunther. Younger bro Luke trying to save the day. He gets 1 out with a fly out to left. And now faces Maddox Eppenbach for the first time. Maddox first at bat here of the ball game. Couldn't be in a more critical situation. Right down the center. Reminds me of Christian Colon in the 2015 World Series for the Royals. Only had 1 at bat, but it turned out to be the leading RBI for the World Series champions. There's a really well-located pitch from Luke Gunther in the bottom of the zone.
Exact same pitch as last one.
1 ball and 2 strikes, and seems like Maddox just trying to read that pitch, but man, it's really well located. Big pitch. The Bomber fans trying to will it into existence, and it's high and outside, 2-2. We went to about 2 fan bases that have been into this one as well, and rightfully so. They've been treated to a great game, and thanks everyone for tuning into our broadcast as well. You've been watching a great one. We've been watching a great one. This whole tournament's been great. And here's the 2-2 pitch. It's hit up the middle. Gunther will flip it to second for 1. Over to first. It's not in time. Both. The tying run advances over to third. There's 2 away with runners at the corners on the fielder's choice.
I don't know if he needed to jump off the bag for that one. I think if he stretched, he has that.
Yeah, for Smith over there at first. So Caleb DeWitt stands at third. Sam Arts got forced out at second. Maddox Eppenbach stands at first on the fielder's choice. And Brester Construction's season comes down to the lefty right fielder, Jackson Wobig.
So here's a question for you. Are you going to let...
he just
did
it! Into right.
Oh, no, he go for it!
Diving
No way!
play by
No way!
Ryder Anderson Ray. Maddox Eppenbach will round third on his way. The play at the plate is late! Lincoln Christian walks it off!
Wobig comes big!
Jackson Wobig, the game winner for Brester Construction, ends the season for the West Point Bombers on a walk-off line drive into right field. Ryder Anderson Ray tried to make the game-saving catch
with a diving play. It goes by him, and Maddox Eppenbach goes first to third, and Lincoln Christian wins it.
Congratulations to West Point on a great season. Thank you for coming out to Valley, Nebraska, folks, for the state juniors tournament.
Wow. Wow, just wow. Caleb DeWitt scores from third. Maddox Eppenbach goes first to home on Jackson Wobig's single into right field. Wow.
Hold on, he's still looking at it. Who do you want?
Hold on. So yeah, let's go ahead and take a break here on BSDN Live. Wow, Lincoln Christian wins it 4-3 in the bottom of the ninth. That was special. We'll be back in a moment to wrap this one up. Boy, we got to catch our breath up here. We'll be right back on BSDN Live.
Shields is a proud supporter of Post 58 Legion Baseball. Stop by Village Point at 168th and West Dodge Road for all of your sporting goods and apparel needs.
AWS Well Company, Inc. has been providing professional, reliable, and trusted service in the water well industry for over 50 years. We take pride in being a leader in water well drilling, geothermal systems, pump sales and pump repair, agricultural irrigation system, and septic installation. Our experts can custom design and install a water system that fits your specific needs. For more details, you can contact AWS Well at 402-624-3895.
For a magical, one-of-a-kind festival featuring fabulous vintage antiques and junk vendors, along with makers, food trucks, bands, homemade apple cider and donuts, and of course those Bloody Marys. Then come to Junk Stock this fall, September 27th through the 29th, and October 4th through the 6th. Head over to junkstock.com for more information about this top 10 festival in America per the USA Today. At Junkstock, we are all about peace, love, and junk. See you this fall.
The Nebraska Chiropractic Physicians Association is a professional association of chiropractic physicians whose mission is to promote and advance the chiropractic profession in the state of Nebraska. Chiropractic is natural, holistic, and patient-centered. It is a safe, drug-free, cost-effective alternative in healthcare for the whole family. Start your path to better health today. Learn more about chiropractic care and find a doctor at nebraskachiropractic.org.
Black Hills Energy is a proud sponsor of Waterloo Valley Post 58 Baseball. You need an energy partner that's always looking ahead. That's why we at Black Hills Energy are always ready to support, inspire, and drive your next adventure, whatever it may be. Because supporting your day-to-day is our everyday. And we're always here, ready for what comes next. Find out more at blackhillsenergy.com.
At the Athlete Factory, you can be the best player you can be, all while practicing indoors. Down in Waterloo, Nebraska, the Athlete Factory specializes in indoor softball, baseball, soccer, and basketball training. Some services include facility rentals, lessons, and camps. Here at the Athlete Factory, we pride ourselves on teaching skills to better players and teams. So if this sounds like a good opportunity to parents or coaches, you can find us at our Facebook page, The Athlete Factory Nebraska, or schedule an appointment on the website, which will lead you straight to scheduling today.
Is it a good time to sell your house? Is it a good time to buy a house? Realtor Carrie Wilcox with Nebraska Realty knows the answer. Give her a call at 402-212-2271 today to get all these questions answered.
Smart Freight Funding is the #1 factoring company for the bulk trucking industry. But we're not just bulk. We factor all trailer types and any freight with over 50 years of driving, dispatching, contracting, and accounting experience in the trucking industry. Let someone who's been in your shoes handle your finances. Learn why clients use Smart Freight Funding and get started today at smartfreightfunding.com.
The players, parents, family members, and especially all of our fans want to give a huge thank you to the Valley American Legion Post number 58 for a special summer baseball season. The Valley, Nebraska American Legion Post number 58 is open to all veterans in the area who have served. Thank you for serving. Thank you for supporting us this entire summer, and go Wingnuts.
At Valley Construction, our team of dedicated professionals is driven by a singular purpose, bringing your unique vision to life through our unrivaled design, build, remodel, and renovation services. With a wealth of industry experience, we have cultivated an impeccable reputation for our extraordinary artisanship, meticulous attention to detail, and unwavering commitment to exceeding customer expectations. Reach out to Valley Construction today to embark on a remodeling journey where your vision is cherished and exceptional results are guaranteed. ValleyNEconstruction@gmail.com.
Gregorich Plumbing is a proud sponsor of Waterloo Valley Post 58 Legion Baseball. Give them a call at 402-359-9117 for all of your installation, service, and repair needs. When it comes to plumbing, Gregorich is the experts. Once again, give them a call at 402-359-9117. Gregorich Plumbing, proud sponsors of Waterloo Valley Post 58 Baseball.
Woodhouse Auto Family is...
Welcome back to Frost Family Stadium. Chris Frank Field on BSDN Live. Austin McNorton here with you on our post-game show as Lincoln Christian walks it off in the bottom of the ninth, coming from behind to West Point 2-0 in the bottom of the seventh. They then come from behind in the bottom of the ninth, 3-2 on Jackson Wobig's 2 RBI game-winning hit into right field to win it. And we're now talking with the man himself, Mr. Wobig, who came in, who didn't play the whole game until critical crunch time. And Jackson, you get the win, man. Just take us through the emotions of that final at-bat.
It felt great. I always just remind myself when I'm batting just to stay calm and not get too excited and lunge at the ball and just to sit back on it. And that's what I did today, I guess.
So what are you guys saying to yourself when Isaac Gunther's out there on the mound pitching the way that he was? A perfect game through 6 innings. What are you guys telling yourself going into that bottom of the seventh saying, we haven't gotten a single base runner? What's kind of the mentality going up into that bottom of the seventh saying, we want this game to continue?
We just kept pushing ourselves to fight back, and we did exactly that. And a lot of our hits, unfortunately, were at them most of the time.
Yeah.
But we just had to push through that and know that we can hit to the best of our abilities whenever we want.
And then you guys, you guys couldn't have the bats going through the first 6 innings, but you weren't in that big of a deficit, only down 2 going into the bottom of the seventh. Talk about your pitching staff out there. David Crow, the way that he performed, and then Drew Matan to close the door. How big were they?
I think they did incredible. It's unfortunate, though, that we let them down with a couple errors, but shout out to them.
So how do you guys have had your backs against the wall since Sunday morning after your loss to Central City, and now you find yourself in the championship game tomorrow. Just take us through the mentality of this team right now. When your back's against the wall, you guys continue to battle.
We just try to keep a strong mentality throughout, even districts too, because in districts we were playing Standing Bear, and then they beat us, and then we had to beat them in the championship 3-1. So we've just been pushing through and giving it our best.
Well, looking ahead to tomorrow, you know you're going to take on either a red-hot Mount Michael team from ETC or the undefeated Central City team who you've seen already once. How do you prepare for a championship game tomorrow in less than 24 hours?
Stay hydrated, ice. Just recover your bodies, I guess.
Well, Jackson, congrats on the walk-off. Congrats on the win. You guys live to fight another day, and we'll see you tomorrow.
Thank you.
That's Jackson Wobig with us here on our post-game show on BSDN Live. We appreciate his time. Let's go ahead and wrap it up here in our press box. Here in our press box says Lincoln Christian walks it off over West Point 4-3. We'll be back in 30 seconds and wrap it up in just a moment.
AWS Well Company, Inc. has been providing professional, reliable, and trusted service in the water well industry for over 50 years. We take pride in being a leader in water well drilling, geothermal systems, pump sales and pump repair, agricultural irrigation system, and septic installation. Our experts can custom design and install a water system that fits your specific needs. For more details, you can contact AWS Well at 402-624-3895.
Well, it's our second walk-off of the 2024 Nebraska American Legion Class B Junior State Tournament. This time, it comes in game number 12 between Lincoln Christian and West Point. Shout out to the Bombers on their incredible season and their incredible fight in this tournament. They end their season with a 17-8 overall record. And shout out today to Isaac Gunther. He was special on the mound. He threw 6 innings perfect, and it got tied, and then
Lincoln Christian walked it off after a lead 3-2 in the top of the ninth built by the Bombers. Lincoln Christian wins it 4-3 on the base hit game winner from Jackson Wobig into right field past the diving glove of Anderson Ray, who tried to save it with a diving catch to end the game. Instead, it goes by him. Caleb DeWitt scores from third. Maddox Eppenbach with great base running from him. He goes first to home, and Brester Construction is in the championship game tomorrow. Let's go ahead and look at the final stats. It was 5 hits, 4 walks, 3 runs, and 7 batters left on base for the Bombers. Looking at the line, Luke Gunther, he went 1 for 3 with a single. Elliot Reeson went 1 for 4 with a single. Colby Anderson went 1 for 4 with a single. Bryce Popkin walked twice. Mav Smith went 1 for 4 with a single. And Mason Tell went 1 for 3 with a single, a walk, and a run scored. Taking a look at Lincoln Christian, they had 5 hits, 2 walks, 4 runs, and 5 batters were left on base. Looking through their lineup, Grant DeHaan, he broke up the perfect game with a single, a walk, and a run scored. Drew Matan went 1 for 3 with an RBI triple and a walk and a run scored. Caleb DeWitt went 1 for 3 with a single, a hit batter, and a walk and a run scored. Let's see. Maddox Eppenbach, he reached on the fielder's choice and scored the game-winning run. Jackson Wobig, he went 1 for 2 with the game-winning base hit, and Matthew went 1 for 3 with a single. So that's the lineup for Lincoln Christian, and Brester Construction is in the championship game, number 14, tomorrow afternoon back here at 4 o'clock. What a special tournament this has been. We can't wait for the next game due up as Central City and ETC Mount Michael are coming up next. We'll be on the broadcast for that one here in just a little bit. So, as far as our broadcast goes, we'll stop this one, set up the next one, and get you set for game number 13 coming up next on BSDN Live. For Jackson Wobig, Matt Richmond, I've been Austin McNorton saying so long from Frost Family Stadium. We'll be back here in just a little bit with first pitch approximately at around 7 o'clock. We'll see if it remains to be on time. We'll start our broadcast and let you all see it there, and definitely go back and watch this one. It's worth it. Thanks for tuning in to BSDN Live. We'll be back in just a moment.